Today's podcast is brought to you by Visa. With the capacity to process over 65,000 transaction messages every second, Visa has been bringing innovations to the way we pay for over 60 years. Imagine a world where instead of just tapping to pay with your Visa, you had to wait for everyone in front of you to cut a check everywhere you went. Imagine how much fun it'd be trying to track down your cousin in Milwaukee for league dues. That's why Visa's vision is to be the best way to pay and be paid everywhere, so you won't have to. Whatever your goals are, Visa makes paying fast and easy. The only thing left to figure out is, where would you like to be? Visa, everywhere you want to be. Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. We've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon. Let's get to it.
Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. Good morning.
Jenny, good morning. You notice no props, no nothing. I came with nothing.
Because you don't deserve it.
Yeah, you don't. Skip Bayless, you shouldn't even say, I don't even want to hear you say foot or ball. You took Buffalo.
I'll say college football because Jalen Hurts is in the college football playoff and Alabama is not.
Really, Skip?
Yeah,
really?
Way to go,
really?
Jalen. Congratulations.
Really,
Boomer Sooner.
You going home.
Roll Tide home.
You going home.
Yeah, I thought it was the Alabama Invitational.
We had to take a break.
It's the Oklahoma.
People getting tired of seeing us in it.
Okay.
You're off.
Hey.
I'll be back.
Here we go.
We have a lot to get to today. Did the Cowboys' next matchup get tougher after the Rams won last night? And is Anthony Davis surpassing LeBron as the best player on the Lakers? But first, we will talk Chiefs-Patriots. Trailing in the second half, multiple close officiating calls went against the Patriots. Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce was ruled down on the field before fumbling, which negated a potentially big return by the Patriots after the ball came loose. The play would be overturned after Belichick used his final challenge. The Patriots were therefore unable to challenge a N'Keal Harry play that was called out at the 3-yard line, despite replay showing that it was a clear touchdown. Then, with under 4 minutes left, there was a non-call on what appeared to be pass interference on the Chiefs when Brady was targeting Philip Dorsett, which would have put the ball at the 6-yard line. The Pats would have another chance in the red zone, but turned the ball over on downs. There was a lot there, but Shannon, did the refs cost the Patriots the game?
No, that's an easy excuse, and using that excuse will cause you to bypass what really happened, is that Tom Brady played terrible. Tom Brady has been playing terrible for an extended period of time, and this is the reason why he will not be there next year. Now, everybody wants to tell you when you talk about Tom Brady, and Jen, you've heard me say this, when you talk about Tom Brady, you critique him this year, the 2019 season. People want to go back, a la Skip Bayless, and talk about the 3 3rd and 10s he picked up in the AFC Championship game. They want to talk about what he did against LA Chargers. I'm talking about 2019. Tom Brady has not been good. And you know how I know he hasn't been good? Because they got to resort to trickery. I mean, you're going a gadget play in the first quarter?
They had to try something.
And then you run another gadget play to the running back? And Coach Belichick, with 10 and a half minutes in the fourth quarter, put nobody back to try to block a punt because he says my offense cannot generate points unless I give them a short field, unless I block it, unless I get a pick, a scoop and score. My offense is not very good right now. Everybody sees that. But it's so hard. I saw this coming because I saw a guy named Peyton Manning throw 39 touchdowns one year, and he gradually, the next year, started to step off a cliff. They won the Super Bowl, but they didn't win that Super Bowl because of Peyton Manning. This is the same thing that I'm witnessing. Everybody's witnessing the same thing, and everybody just wants to be lazy. All the officials. What about those 10 penalties for $136 that they called on? So what part did that play in the game, Skip?
Is it my turn?
No,
I'll go right now.
No.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm getting bored over here with all you phony baloney.
You should, because you lost on Thanksgiving, you lost to Buffalo, and your Patriots, your beloved Patriots, caught an L.
This is about the Patriots.
That's how it's about the Patriots. Yep. And I'm like Oprah. You get an L. You get an L. You get an L, Skip Bayless. Skip, come on, let's be real. What we're starting to see is that what was unthinkable 2-3 years ago, blitzing Tom Brady, everybody brings gas on him because he's the worst Stat says, Pro Football Focus says, Tom Brady is the worst quarterback when pressured in the entire NFL. Now, this is what we know about the Patriots offense. The Patriots offense, the last 4 weeks, they got 17 points against the Eagles defense. An Eagles defense that gave up 37 to Ryan Fitzpatrick. They got 13 to a Cowboys defense. The Cowboys defense, they gave up 31 to Mitchell Trubisky. The Texans, they got 22 against the Texans. Drew Lock in his second start hung 38 on them. Oh, the Chiefs? Oh, the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, didn't Tennessee hang 40 on them, Skip? Oh, my bad. Your offense isn't very good, Skip.
It's not mine.
Yeah, it's yours. No.
I'm not a Patriot fan.
No. You're Tom Brady. So if you Tom Brady, you root for the Patriots because you picked them. So I'm not going to let you off the hook. Skip, look.
Let me jump on the hook right now because I'm really getting bored over
Go ahead.
You ready?
No, go ahead. Because you cut me off every time. Will you please stop?
You've talked for like 8 minutes.
Skip, can you do me a
Lord
favor?
have
Hold
mercy.
on.
You keep asking questions that I can't answer.
Can you do me a favor?
Okay, go ahead.
Is that when I'm starting talking, you lose. You do this every time. When the Cowboys lose, the Patriots lose. I'm bored. I don't be disrespectful and do you like that.
Okay,
go ahead and talk.
No,
I'm done. No, go ahead. Because all you do is every time you lose, you're such a sore loser.
Oh, I'm not.
Give me my opportunity to speak.
I just want to talk about what really happened in the football game.
Hold on, Jenny asked me.
Okay,
That's what I thought happened.
Then finish.
No, I'm done.
good.
You go ahead.
I'm good.
You go.
Somebody's gonna pout.
No, I'm not gonna pout, but I'm just saying every time.
Okay,
you
my
do this
turn.
every week.
My turn. The Patriots obviously would have won that football game if that referee had made that call that was right in front of his 2 eyes. It's right there for a guy named Jonah Monroe. He's in his 5th year of refereeing in the National Football League, a graduate of the University of Arkansas. And he is standing in perfect position to make the call of the game that we saw in the late window yesterday afternoon. And it was a good inch of separation. You could see a whole inch of green between the white cleat and the white boundary. Am I right about that? Did anybody have any doubt that he was inbounds? It's as clear as a bell, and he is standing as the side judge right on top of it. How can you miss that call? And then furthermore, to top off this gross negligence, this gross incompetence, if all scoring plays are reviewed, why can't all potential scoring plays? Well, he hit the pylon, so you should look at it.
Why?
Because he completely blew it, and he's standing. This is what drives me the craziest. He's right on top of it, and he waves his hand, and he points to the 2-yard line.
Okay.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Okay, so why review that?
Did the cleat come within like a micro fraction of the boundary? It did not. There's a whole inch. Nobody thought that he was anything but inbounds. So, why couldn't Bill Belichick challenge that play? Because he was out of challenges. So
why was he out of challenges?
Why? Because he challenged the first play.
Yeah,
that was with 3:07 left in the third quarter. And you know what? It was 3rd and 4 from the Chiefs' 35, and Mahomes hit Sammy Watkins for what was called a 4-yard gain, 5 yards actually, but the ball did not break the plane of the line to gain. So technically, Belichick was right about challenging that call.
But he didn't challenge that part. What did he challenge?
No, he challenged both parts. He also challenged pass interference, but who cares about that? Okay. All you cared about, did the ball break the plane? And it clearly does not. But you know and I know that you cannot challenge that referee crew on the field or that guy up in the press box unless it is blatantly across the line to gain. And it was not blatant. It was clear, but not crystal clear.
Right. So
he's going to lose that. So that call stood, which led to the next call. Lord have mercy on this one. So this is near the end of the third quarter, and this is such an outrageously prematurely blown whistle on the Travis Kelce play. I thought that they had all been schooled, all the referees. Just let it ride. If you're not sure, don't blow. Don't toot. Don't hit your whistle before you know what's happening, because clearly the ball was way out before his knee or body was down. And so the ball is loose. I'll be the first to say, I'm not sure that Stephon would have scooped and scored on that play because it looked like there were 3 Chiefs.
Well, you see Tyreek roll up on him?
I know, because that would have been a problem. That and 2 other Chiefs. So I just don't know that Stephon could have scored. But I don't care about that. All I care about is that Belichick had 1 challenge left in his back pocket, and he throws up his hands because he knew he had to challenge again.
Yep.
He'd already lost the first one, and he loses the second one. Boom, gone. And you know what was coming. Some play was going to come where he was going to get nailed.
Like
it always happens that way. So that brings us to what happened with 13:22 left in the third quarter, and it should have been 23-20. But here we went with the play to N'Keal Harry. And again, it's so outrageously blatant that you got to get this call right because it's going to change the whole flavor of the game going forward. That's 13:22 left in the game. And you know what had happened? It should have been 23-20 at that point. The script had been completely flipped. Just for those who lost track of this.
What about that block in the back at the top?
Okay.
That sprung to N'Keal Harry?
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you would.
So the point is that after the Chiefs, just for those who lost touch, who hate Tom Brady like the guy across from me does, which with about midway through the third quarter, it was 8:50 left in the third quarter, Mahomes led them to a field goal that made it 23-7 Kansas City. From that point on, that's more than half of the third quarter and all the fourth quarter. Guess what? Your Mahomes boy, the transcendent thrower of the football, he managed his offense a grand total of 45 more yards because they went block, punt, fumble, and then in the fourth quarter, punt. The code had been cracked, especially by the Patriot defense and also by the Patriot offense.
Stop it.
Well, they just had. Well, guess what the yards were in the fourth quarter? Tom Brady's offense had 112 yards to Patrick Mahomes' 21 yards just in the fourth quarter. So if you give him the N'Keal Harry with 13:22 left, the dynamic completely flips. All of a sudden, the pressure is on the Chiefs, who are on their heels because it's a 23-20 game. What are you squinting about over there?
Because I'm looking over here, you say the dynamic flip, and the visitors outgained the home team by 70 yards.
No, but in the fourth quarter, it's 112 to 21.
But Skip, you had dug a hole so
here
deep.
They came.
You had dug a hole so deep for yourself, though.
Well, 23-20 with 13:22 left in the game. Is that a deep hole? I think they dug completely out of that hole.
Hold on, where'd you get 20 from?
23-20 because N'Keal Harry scored.
No, he didn't.
Well, he did, but I'm just saying, what if you give him that?
We don't give you nothing. You earn it. Did he earn it?
Yeah, he earned it. He earned it.
Skip, he blocked him in
Was it a wrong call? I want you to say yes or no.
What?
Wrong call, right or wrong? I want to hear it.
I'm going
the Hall of Famer. I got to hear it.
Officials.
No, what do you think? Right or wrong? What's your opinion? Not the officials. What did you think?
The Patriots always say.
Oh, come on. Obviously, you thought it was a blown
call. No. Hold on, Skip.
Yep.
What about the Chase Winovich play? Where he landed all his body weight on that. Could we have challenged that?
I would agree with that.
So what would that have done?
I would agree with that.
That would have given him 15 yards and a first down.
This was points on the scoreboard. It was done. He hit the pylon. So here come the Patriots, and finally it took 3 quarters to figure this out. Steve Spagnuolo is blitzing 75% of the time because Tom Brady has nobody to block for him. Even Isaiah Wynn was Isaiah Lose yesterday. He couldn't block anybody. And all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, I guess Josh McDaniels, maybe Tom said, you know what? Maybe we should start keeping everybody in. So they start keeping both tight ends in. And finally, in the end, twice they kept Julian Edelman in to block the blitz.
Yeah.
Just send 2 receivers out. Don't keep sending 5 out because you don't even have time to get the ball away. Mm-hmm. So finally, when Tom Brady had some time to throw, and it didn't happen until later, at the start of the fourth quarter, he started to pick them to pieces. Here they came.
Yeah, but hold on. How you pick somebody to pieces when you're 19 or 36 for 169 yards?
112 in the fourth quarter. Oh,
so up until then, he had 57 yards, Jen.
Wouldn't you agree that the momentum had completely flipped to the Patriots in the fourth quarter?
Nope.
Do you know what? Do you realize how the Chiefs would have been on their heels if they'd known we got to defend the field goal as opposed to just the end zone for the touchdowns? And by the way, if they had just been forced to kick the field goal to tie it at 23-all, I would have loved the Patriots in overtime. I just would have loved them because they had everything going. They had cracked the code. My homeboy was not my road boy. He was really struggling.
If I'm not mistaken, did you have it first and goal at the 3?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened?
And by the way, thank you for bringing that up because it was 1st and goal at the 3. Thank you for that.
Yes.
What happened on 2nd and goal
I don't know
from the
what
3?
happened.
I know exactly what happened.
You didn't get the ball in the end zone.
Jacoby Myers happened. Remember, this is an undrafted rookie free agent from North Carolina State. Look at this throw. You got to catch this. It hit him right in the stomach. Tom Brady throws a dart and it hits him right in the stomach. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, hit him right in the stomach. If you're an inchworm, hit him right in the stomach. Yeah.
You got to catch that ball.
No, you got to throw a better pass.
Catch it, Tom.
Throw a better pass.
Tom, maybe you can throw it to yourself next time.
No, but how about throw a better pass?
Guess what? Jacoby Myers timed 4.63 in the 40. Okay. That's why he went undrafted. Guess what? He caught one ball yesterday.
Okay, and?
Yeah, and guess what it was? It was on the trick play from James White. That's all you got.
Skip.
Mohamed Sanu caught one ball yesterday. One ball.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And you know what?
They could have had Emmanuel Sanders. He caught 7 for 156 at New Orleans yesterday. Guess what?
I first guessed this. I said, why would you not trade for Emmanuel Sanders?
You were right. You were dead right because guess what? Sanu in 5 games has a grand total of 135 yards receiving. Emmanuel Sanders in 1 game at New Orleans had 156. He looks like a bona fide, legit number 1 wideout. Tom Brady's got nothing.
Whoa.
What are you doing?
You see, Skip, you guys, everybody does this every time. Tom Brady looks horrible. I just want to know one thing.
Yeah.
When they win, Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer. When they lose, he has nobody. Either he is or he isn't.
Okay.
Is that the same James White that caught 14 passes in the Super Bowl, which is the Super Bowl record?
Yeah.
Is that the same guy?
And that's
is he
all
there?
you got.
Okay, so get it done.
Yeah, and by the way, I tweeted this before the game, so I first guessed this. Yesterday should have been all about N'Keal Harry. I said the Patriots' only hope in this game is he has to grow up right before your very eyes. Did you see what one athletic play did you see all day from any Patriot receiver? It was that 15-yard gain that should have been a pylon touchdown. Did you see that? That's
I saw the block in the back.
I saw electric. I saw scintillating. I saw an athlete. And guess what? He's 6'4", 225, N'Keal Harry.
Block in the back. We're not going to talk about the block in the back.
First-round pick out of Arizona State. See, that was the most sensational play of the game. Guess how many snaps N'Keal Harry got yesterday? Help me out here. 2. He was on offense 2 snaps the whole freaking game.
Hold on.
What are you doing? He's all you got.
But no.
What are you doing?
But against the Eagles.
1 target, 1 catch, 1 touchdown.
But against the Eagles, you said he was overhyped. You like, what are you doing?
No,
I need to see more. You said you needed to see more.
No, at the Texans, he got his 1 shot early in the game, and he didn't fight hard for the ball that got picked. And he went right in the doghouse.
And so now you want to see more. Again, at what point in time, where is Tom Brady culpable in this action? They got to run gadget. They got to run gadget plays. Skip.
He made throws that should have won the game. That was a touchdown to Jacoby Myers.
No, it was
now
not.
I'll just keep going because
Skipped it off the dirt.
Then he throws one up to Philip Dorsett, and it's just such an outrageous. I'm thinking, are the referees they want to eliminate the dynasty? Is that what they went in as a group? Because that throw to Philip Dorsett, he just gets like put in a straitjacket by the DB, and it's just you don't call that. You got to call this.
Yeah,
so
the
now
ball's behind him.
Okay, well, it is not behind him.
It
He's
is.
locked up. He's got a straitjacket on from he's wearing.
Skip that man
DB.
with clear.
Oh, please. You don't think that was pass interference?
And you skipped on the first drive. The first drive, the opening drive of the game. The Patriots go.
I don't want to go to the first drive. I'm not finished.
And you go, can I talk?
Okay,
I mean,
no, it's my turn. You gave the floor to me. You can have it back. I gave it to you. So what happens on the very next play? It's 4th and 6. And what does Tom Brady do? He takes off. And you know what? He was running pretty well for an old guy, for 42 years old. The guy who ran
played 22
the ugliest.
and nobody was there. Stop it.
He ran for 17 big yards, and here they came. And they get it down into the 1st and goal, and on 2nd and goal, he made a throw to Matt LaCosse that Gronk would have caught. But obviously, Gronk just announced he is not coming back this year. I don't know, maybe AB would have caught this ball, but here's to Matt LaCosse. Matt LaCosse, you need somebody to make a play because that was a big-time touchdown throw.
Well, first of all, Gronk is 6'7",
you got to catch it.
And this kid is 6'2", so you give him 5 inches. So, yeah, I hope
Guess who Matt LaCosse is? He got let go twice by the New York Football Giants, once by the Jets, and once by your Denver Broncos. Okay. He is now the starting tight end in place of Rob Gronkowski for the New England Patriots. And at some point, could somebody hold Bill Belichick accountable for this roster? Because this is a disaster.
Will somebody hold Tom Brady accountable for those throws in this inept offense?
So guess what? Tom Brady had 20 yards rushing yesterday. That was second on his team to little James White had 33. They can't run a lick. They have now fallen to 23rd in the league in rushing. So you can't protect, you can't run, and you have nobody who can separate except little Julian, who's now, by the way, 33 years of age in his 11th NFL season.
Okay.
Wait a second. Shannon Sharpe would tell me 11. That's getting near the end, wouldn't you say?
So 11 getting near the end, but 20 is not.
Well, wait, it's a receiver.
So?
And it's not only a receiver, he is a high-contact receiver.
How
many years did you play?
I played 14.
Okay, 11, I think that's getting on the downside,
Hold on, Skip.
wouldn't you say?
How long did Jerry Rice play? He played 20. The guy that you said is second to Jerry Rice in every statistical category in the playoffs. Now you want to shortchange it because you don't want to put any blame on Tom Brady.
Was Jerry Rice a high-contact receiver?
All I know, Skip, y'all can gloss over this all you want to. You can make it about the officials. You can make it about whatever you want to. But Tom Brady has been disgusting playing football.
Disgusting.
Fact.
So, final throw of the game for the touchdown by Tom Brady. Blitz is right in his face. He is falling backwards. He throws this off his heels, and he makes
Why are you falling backwards?
Not a good throw. He makes a great throw.
That's not a great
to
throw.
Julian Edelman because that's all he's got. And I don't understand the route because you got to have some kind of little rub route going on here. And Jacoby Myers looked lost on the play. If we could see it again, Jacoby Myers doesn't even know where to go because they switched the play at the line of scrimmage. Jacoby Myers just kind of walks sideways. Like, can you set kind of a quasi-pick? Can you help him get open? Because Julian Edelman still can't separate it at age 33.
Oh, he can't separate now.
He can't.
Now he can't separate.
Okay?
Because your guy's flinching in the pocket, and he didn't want to take that hit.
And he's got two guys who are about to bury him.
Exactly. But you step into the throw.
Great pass block in there, really.
Skip. They brought more. Skip. You do know they brought more.
What if that throw had been made to 6'4" N'Keal Harry? What if that had been N'Keal Harry?
We don't do
Obviously, it could have been wrong, right?
We don't do
it. It could have been somebody bigger. Oh, I thought the possession receiver was going to be Mohamed Sanu. Could he be there? No, it wasn't. It was just a little. Guess how tall Julian Edelman is? 5 feet 10 inches tall. Rashad Breeland just reaches over and just knocks the ball away.
You just said 2 minutes ago, all he has is Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
Now you talk about Mohamed Sanu caught one pass. N'Keal Harry caught one pass. Now you begging for him.
You need a red zone target other than tiny little Julian. You need somebody you can throw a jump ball to. Could you maybe throw a fade route to N'Keal Harry for the touchdown? I don't know.
But who did he throw the ball in the end zone to?
Would N'Keal Harry have gotten single coverage? Yeah.
His one touchdown pass, who did he throw it to? Was it N'Keal Harry, Mohamed Sanu, or Dorsett? Who did he throw it to?
You mean his two touchdowns?
His one touchdown pass.
Oh, his one went to N'Keal Harry.
No, he didn't. No, that's not. No, he didn't. No, he didn't get no touchdown.
Julian Edelman.
Okay, well, so why is he throwing the ball to Julian Edelman if Julian he's 11 years in the league, he's high collision, and he can't get open anymore? So why is he throwing him the ball?
Is that the guy you should throw to when you need a jump ball touchdown?
You didn't need a jump ball.
Interesting.
You needed to step. Listen, what you needed to do was step into the throw. You're going to take a chop. You're going to take a shot to the chops. No question about it. But you said, I kept telling you, watch the tape, he's flinching. But you know who else knows he's flinching?
He doesn't have a half second to set his feet to throw. Are you kidding me?
No.
He's the toughest guy in the NFL. You don't find a tougher quarterback. You won't.
Mentally, he's tough.
Oh, he's physically tough.
Mentally.
He took a beating yesterday, and he took a worse beating at Houston.
You see, now, what nobody said anything last year when they could run the ball and he was getting protected to the ump. Nobody said anything about that O-line. Nobody said anything about the running game.
I said it was great. Great. I kept telling you they can run the ball.
Hold on. I just want to know one thing. Just one thing before we go, Jenny. A guy that could overcome a 25-point deficit in the second half of a Super Bowl. A guy that could overcome 3 3rd and 10s in an AFC Championship game. Couldn't overcome that. Because he's not the same guy.
Can you imagine what Tom Brady would have done to Kansas City yesterday if you had put him on the Chiefs' offense? No, seriously. I want our viewers to let this sink in. Pat Mahomes is throwing to Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and Sammy Watkins and Mecole Hardman and Demarcus Robinson. All 5 of those guys are better wide receivers than anything that Tom Brady has.
Can you imagine?
All 5 of them.
Can you imagine how many Super Bowls Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers would have if they had Coach Belichick and his defenses over these years? Do you think about that? No, you don't. Because all you want to do, you want to put everything in Tom Brady's basket. But you know what, Skip Bayless? You can't deny Father Time. He's tapped on his door, and Tom Brady has answered. It's over.
Tom Brady's receivers dropped 4 more balls yesterday, including that one.
And Tom Brady had 3 or 4 more throwaways and bounced it to him, Tom.
You know, the throwaways come because you just don't want to take a sack.
You don't say that about Aaron Rodgers when he was doing it?
Aaron Rodgers stands back there with time and says, I don't want to risk an interception. I'll just throw it away. There are 2 different kinds of throwaways.
No.
Avoid the sack, avoid the interception.
No.
And Brady avoids the sack.
Oh, so Brady avoids the sack now.
That's what he did. Well, he did a great job of that because they were all over.
They put that pressure on him, and he got in Chris Jones' face. He all upset. Chris Jones said, I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
Where was Chris Jones in overtime last year in Kansas City?
You see, Jenny, what we go back to? Overtime last year. Where was Chris Jones yesterday?
It was only last year.
Where was No, this year.
Wow.
I said evaluate Tom Brady in 2019. We're not talking about what happened then. Now.
No mercy.
Did you know that as many as 7 out of 10 adults wished they played a musical instrument? Unfortunately, many never do because they think it's either too late for them to start or too expensive. Musician is an online music education platform rethinking the way people learn music. It's the fun, easy, and affordable way to learn guitar, piano, bass, or even singing. Just download the app to your desktop, tablet, or phone and start playing. Musician is perfect whether you're just starting out or have been playing for years. Enjoy thousands of popular songs and expertly crafted lessons and exercises across dozens of genres. Compared to private lessons, Musician is more affordable and lets you learn on your own schedule. You'll get bite-sized lessons, easy-to-follow instructions, and exercises tailored to your goals. Using Musician to learn an instrument like guitar or piano is much better than trying to teach yourself. So, if you've been wanting to learn an instrument or simply want some help getting back to playing, check out Musician. You can get an extended 14-day free trial of their Premium Plus package at musician.com/play. That's unlimited lessons and unlimited songs on as many instruments as you want for 2 whole weeks. Just go to musician.com/play to start your free trial today. That's YOUSICIAN.com/play.
No mercy.
The Ravens went into Buffalo and extended their winning streak to 9 games. MVP frontrunner Lamar Jackson only had 185 total yards and threw a pick, but the Baltimore QB did find the end zone 3 times through the air, leading the Ravens to the 24-17 win. So, Shannon, how impressive was Lamar yesterday?
I thought he was very impressive. I think he sold up the MVP with that performance to go on the road and do what he's done. I mean, you look at what he's done over the last couple of weeks, beat an undefeated Patriots team. One lost team, and the 49ers did them in, went to did the number on Deshaun, goes to Buffalo, who might be one of the hottest teams playing in the AFC with a top defense. And like you said, his numbers were not overwhelming. But in those conditions, I think the wind was gusting up to 25 miles an hour to somehow find a way to throw the ball in the end zone. And you can tell early on the way Buffalo was going to approach this game. There's like, Baltimore, if you win this game, you're going to win it on the arm of Lamar Jackson throwing, not on his running ability. They started trying to condense the field. They started firing the corners off the edge to contain him, to keep him in the pocket, and they wanted him to throw the ball from the pocket. So I thought he did an unbelievable job. He didn't force anything. He did have the 1 interception. But I thought, given those conditions, to come away with 3 touchdown passes and what they were able to do, Buffalo's a playoff caliber team. And those are the type teams that give you more and more confidence. Because over the last 4 weeks, they've beaten all teams that's going to be in the playoffs, from New England to 49ers to the Texans to Buffalo. And Deshaun and Lamar is just getting more and more confident.
Sure.
I was very, very impressed with what I saw yesterday, considering they took away his legs and they took away, for the most part, the running game. For him to do what he did and for them to find a way to win, kudos. Lamar Jackson right now, I don't know if anybody, unless he just falls flat on his face, Skip, I don't think anybody can catch him in the MVP race.
I would agree with that takeaway. But just to put this in perspective, his numbers yesterday, Lamar's, by his standards, were pretty awful because he goes, 16 to 25. 16, I couldn't read my own writing. 16 to 25, but remember, one throw went for 61 yards. So his grand total of 145 yards passing, if you take away the 61, that means he was 15 for 84, right? Which is pretty awful. And his running was 11 for 40 yards. That's 3.6 yards per carry, which is not what we have seen. I think he's the best running back in football.
You do know that same defense held Tom Brady to 10 points, and Tom Brady had 22 incompletions.
Yeah.
So was Tom Brady awful?
No, he was.
Oh, he was not awful. Oh, okay. I'm just making sure, Jenny, we're on the same page, because that's what Tom Brady did against that defense. 10 points.
His QBR, Lamar's, yesterday was a grand total of 35, which was his second worst of the season. And yet, to your point, it was windy. I don't know how you knew it was windy, unless you turned up the sound. How did you?
They do show at the bottom.
You can see it.
Do they?
Yeah. You saw those flags gusting at the top. And I've played in Buffalo before, so it gets very windy.
Well, every time it's windy for Tom Brady, you say, I don't know anything about any wind.
Whoa. When it's windy for Tom Brady, he doesn't throw 3 touchdowns. He throws picks.
Well, he doesn't throw a lot of picks.
Yeah, he does.
So the point is, Buffalo, I told you Friday, they were going to slow him down. In fact, I told you, and I was wrong about the outcome, but I said Buffalo will do the biggest number on Lamar anybody will do all year.
Okay.
They're third in points allowed and third in yards allowed, and that's how they looked yesterday on defense, because he had a hard time. But he did make those 3 throws, and they're big little passes in what became a big little victory for Baltimore. But the first one is like a little option toss to one of the tight ends, Boyle. And that was really good. And then that's against the wind. That's into the wind, and he just throws a laser to Hayden Hurst for 61 yards. And then this is his best decision of the day. That's a hard throw against a packed-in defense down near the goal line to Snead. So he makes 3 throws that turn the tide in the game. But I got to give it up to the Baltimore defense, because they turned Josh Allen into what you called him earlier in the year. You said he's worse than an amoeba. And yesterday he looked, for most of the game, worse than an amoeba, because he had a QBR of 14, which was the worst of the whole NFL week. So what happened in the end? Josh Allen came back to life, and he actually got them back into a position to win the game, or at least tie it and go to overtime. And I thought he made a good throw to John Brown, which would have been the game tire maybe, or depending if they went for 2. But again, Marcus Peters came up big. So he can make plays like the one you see at the goal line, but you have to put up with all of his antics, and you have to put up with all of his lapses, because he's going to have lapses.
He's going to be out of position a couple of times.
As we saw against San Francisco the week before, he blew a touchdown pass, then he gave a half-hearted attempt on the tackle. But he can make plays like that, because he was all over the throw and made it look effortless. He just sort of nonchalantly reaches out and knocks the ball down. But when you look at this game, and you knew it was going to be tough, and whatever you do really well, I'm going to try and take that away. Okay, you run the football well, and I'm not so sure people are still convinced that Lamar Jackson long-term can throw the football. So I'm going to make him throw it. Look, it's kind of like with Dak. If you can throw for 350, because we're going to shut this running game down, we're going to come to the middle of the field and you beat us, hell of a game, son. But I told you what the final score is going to be. I picked, if I didn't know better, I said Baltimore 24-17. Did you read that score for me one time?
Wait a second.
Did you pick that?
I picked it.
Really?
Yes.
You finally got one right. We should throw a party.
Do we get extra points for that?
There you go.
That should be like 10 cases. That should be like 10 cases.
There was no cases.
Because you didn't want to bet it. You were scared.
If you guys get it that right.
You didn't propose.
I'll say well done.
You know what? But I mean, and we're sneezing at 118 yards on the ground, Skip, considering they run for over 200 a game. But Buffalo says, we're not going to let you, Baltimore Ravens, led by Lamar Jackson, Gus Edwards, and Mark Ingram, you're not going to run the football today. Now, if you want to throw the ball over the yard in these windy conditions, so be it. But I just saw Tom Brady go to that same place with the wings just like that and score 10 points and have over 20 incompleted passes. And Skip Bayless said, given the circumstances, he played unbelievable. But then he said by Lamar Jackson's standard, he played bad.
Well,
now I'm trying to confuse you.
Lamar's the runaway MVP.
Yes.
It took a few weeks to come around.
Whoa.
I was the one who kept saying, like 6 weeks ago, I said, this guy's the MVP.
Whoa.
You said Russell Wilson.
Hold on,
you see Russell Wilson last
Hold on, time out. You've been telling me since we've been on here, Tom Brady is the runaway GOAT. So which is better? Which has higher value, runaway MVP or runaway GOAT?
Well, obviously the runaway GOAT.
Okay, then. It was the runaway GOAT got pinned in Buffalo.
Who won
and scored
that game?
10 points.
Who won it?
They won.
Did he, the Patriots, he made all the throws you had to make?
Oh, he made all the throws.
Just like Lamar did.
No, Skip. He had 1 touchdown. My guy had 3.
Okay.
Your guy had a terrible QBR too. If I'm not mistaken, your quarterback might have had a lower QBR than what Lamar Jackson had in that game. I didn't get a chance to look it up. I'll make sure I have it next time we come out.
I'm not sure. 35 is pretty low.
Yeah, but you Skip. Your guy had 20 incompletions with a touchdown and a pick.
Yep.
Yeah, it can't be much higher.
Buffalo's really good.
Oh, they're really so.
Did you see what Buffalo did to my team on its stage?
Everybody does that to your team. You make it seem like that's some unbelievable feat. Your team stinks.
We'll see about that. My team's in first place. How about your team, the Eagles?
No.
They're in second place.
Oh, my team, the Ravens, are in first place.
You know, if you ain't first, you're last.
Whatever.
Right?
Skip.
That's what
all I'm saying is that Lamar Jackson did what he needed to do. He put the ball into the end zone 3 times. Field goals would not have done it.
That's true.
That's what your guy needs to understand.
Well,
Get the ball in the end zone and stop.
Weeks that Lamar is the runaway MVP.
Skip.
And furthermore, his team is the runaway best team in all of football. And I think it's not even close. They are separating.
Whoa. We're not talking about that. No.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No.
That was a great defensive effort because Josh Allen's been coming around.
Yeah.
He's better than an amoeba that you
Everybody comes around against your defense. Did you see Trubisky?
Yeah.
Now they're getting ready to offer Trubisky a contract.
Now
about Baltimore.
Well, you the one that brought up
QB.
your team.
Not then. I did.
No, you did. You say you see what he did
Is
against my
Baltimore
team?
the best team?
Right now.
Yeah, I'll probably say so. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably say so.
Who's
yeah.
close?
They're playing.
I know who's
Packers?
not. I know who's not.
Yeah.
I know who's not the best team.
Who?
I know who's not the second best team
Yeah.
in the AFC.
Well, who's the second best team?
Not you guys.
Oh, okay.
Anybody other than
The
Tom.
best team.
Well, write him off. You say he's washed up, so there's no way anybody's going to sign him.
He
next
will
year.
not be back in New England.
Really? So you are predicting that Jared Stidham is the next starting quarterback next year for the Patriots?
Hey,
we want to bet on that?
We about to have.
Want to bet on that?
I know Tom
How many
Brady
cases
will be.
you want to bet on
Tom Brady
that?
will not be.
I am proposing a bet right here, right now.
20 cases.
I will bet you 10 cases
20.
that Jared Stidham is not the starting quarterback next year.
I bet you
Wanna
20
do it?
cases Tom Brady will not be the starter in New England.
Okay. 20. I'll take that
20.
right now.
20.
Yep, I got it.
You need to read
Is
that.
that the biggest bet we've ever had around here?
Yep.
20 cases?
You saw that. You saw that.
I'm up like 38, so I think I'm pretty good.
Hey, and you see Tom Sr. on there? It's not going to be Tommy's decision. It's going to be crying. Crying.
There's definitely a story there.
Yeah, everybody know what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody knows the Belichick might not be back.
You want to bet something on that?
What does he let this roster fall to?
The roster is great.
It is terrible.
Defense is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. They got
Defense
difference
is
makers
unbelievable.
everywhere. They can really rush the passer. Not.
They don't need to rush the
Yeah.
passer because they lock people down.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
All I know is they're giving up less than 13 points a game. There not been very many teams in history that's given up that over an entire season.
Well,
That's where they are.
You told me all year they're overrated, said the Hall of Famer.
I said Skip.
Overrated
Skip.
defense of the
Skip.
Patriots,
Skip.
said the Hall
See,
of Famer.
there you go. See?
No, I'm not going
No,
anywhere.
no.
I'm just quoting you.
I said they're overrated when you compare them to a historic, the 70 Steelers, the 2000 Ravens, the 85 Bears. I say they're not that. I say they're a very good defense.
Somebody just moonwalked.
No, I did not. No.
Somebody just backed
Skip.
off.
Hold on. Time out, Skip.
You're saying they haven't played anybody.
Exactly. Thank you.
Right?
And what do we see? When they play somebody that got receivers, they played the Houston Texans, what happened? They played Lamar Jackson, what happened?
Okay.
They played my homeboy. They caught L's against quarterbacks and receivers.
Well, then they're overrated.
Oh, my God.
Huh, interesting.
Oh, my goodness.
Very interesting.
No, I tell you what's overrated. Tom Brady's played this year. Talk about that.
I've been talking about
No,
it.
you're not. You don't. Given the circumstances, you make every excuse. It's the offensive line. It's the running back. It's the wide receivers. But that blame goes on Tom Brady's shoulder.
Patriot Nation, get ready for Jared Stidham, game 1 next year.
Hey.
Good luck and God bless.
He can't be any worse than what Tom is doing right now. No worse whatsoever.
Got 20 cases on it now.
No worse.
It's been said around here.
No mercy.
The Saints and 49ers turned out to be the offensive game of the day yesterday. 55 total points were put up in the first half alone between the two teams. The Saints took the lead with under a minute left, but failed to go up by 3 when they came up short on the 2-point conversion. Then, with 53 seconds left, Jimmy Garoppolo marched the 49ers down the field for the game-winning field goal. Jimmy G ended up just shy of 350 yards with 4 touchdowns and an interception. So, Shannon, how impressive was Garoppolo?
He was very, very impressive. And what you're starting to see is why Coach Belichick 2 years ago wanted to move in the direction of Jimmy Garoppolo and say bye-bye to Tom Brady. This is why. You're watching it right before your eyes. He went into what many consider one of the two most hostile environments, the Superdome and 12th man.
Yeah.
Those are two hostile environments you got to play. Now, the thing that the Saints possess is that they have an offense that at the blink of an eye can put 40 on you. And that's what he had to get. He had to get to 48. And he did that. Skip, that game could have got out of hand early. It was 20-7. And they needed to make a stand. Kyle Shanahan is unbelievable. The plays he called, the diagram in which he gets those guys in and out is unbelievable. And Jimmy executed the game plan to perfection. Skip, for the third time in 6 games, Jimmy Garoppolo has had 4 touchdown passes. Now he's tied for 4th in the NFL. way ahead in front of somebody else we know, Jenny. We ain't gonna talk about that.
That other guy?
Right now. He's playing the position better than Tom Brady. What he has, because the Patriots can only do one thing. They can just throw the ball with Tom or run gadget plays, dropping back. But see, Kyle Shanahan, he can move the pocket. He can run boots because this guy still has legs. And remember, I said, as we start to age, especially as an athlete, it's not your arm. If you're a quarterback, it's your legs, it's your ability to drive the football.
That's fascinating. I've never heard that.
Don't worry about it, though. What's going to be more fascinating when you eating crow and you're like, I can't believe he did that. Can you believe it? You're going to be crying. You're going to be over here slinging snot because Tom Brady is not going to be in the Patriots. Tom Curran, you need to go read the article by Tom Curran. I'm sure you read it. And he said the very thing, unless something dramatic, drastic. You read it? Yeah, you read it. Now, he plugged in. It's over.
Not what I'm told.
Okay.
He's the voice of negativity.
Oh, not negativity.
Well, he is. Well, he is. I mean, he just is.
Skip, you can't have 300 million people that's on this bandwagon, okay? If you evaluate, see,
300 million?
Everybody in America, you want everybody in America to love Tom Brady. But I tell you what, forget what Shannon Sharpe says, forget what Skip Bayless and anybody else says. There's a guy that's sitting up in his office right now, and he's watching tape. And he said 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that guy could have made that throw. That guy could have made that play. And he runs it back again.
Wait a second. 3 years ago, you said he was done. You said, well, did you not?
No, we're talking about today.
2 years ago, you said done.
What about today?
1 year ago, you said done.
What about today?
Interesting.
Exactly.
Exactly.
What about today?
Well, if you keep saying he's washed up year after year, one of these years you're going to get it right.
You can take it back and say you said this, you said that, and guess what? You said every year for the last 15 years they're going to win the Super Bowl. So if you keep saying it, just like the Cowboys, eventually you'll be right. But the fact of the matter is, Coach Belichick wanted to move to that guy, and he's proven that he was going to be right.
There's no way I said the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl the last 15 years.
No,
I did not.
You say the Cowboys are going to win this. Cowboys are doing this. Cowboys are doing. You said that eventually you're going to be right. Eventually you're going to say the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl.
This is about Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Coach Belichick wanted to be right, and he would have been.
So at the end of Friday's show, you sat right there in that same chair, and we made a pick on San Francisco, New Orleans.
Yes.
And you told our world out there, you told all of our viewers, San Francisco will lose this game, and I'm going to quote you, because of Jimmy Garoppolo.
He turns the ball over.
You don't trust him.
I don't.
He is the fatal flaw of the Niners.
Yeah. Did he throw a pick? Did he throw a pick?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Okay, so what?
Skip. They were down 20-7, but he showed you something. Being in that environment, being down 20-7, and turning the ball over and finding a way to come back.
So in one afternoon, you flipped around and said, "Oh, Belichick was right," because basically you've been telling me Belichick was wrong.
No, I did not, Skip.
Well, you said
no, I did not. Skip. No, I did not.
He's the X factor.
Skip,
he's going to get the 49ers beaten. That's what you told me. So why would Belichick want that guy?
I've said this since it happened, since it first broke when Coach Belichick wanted to go with Jimmy Garoppolo, and it was the right decision because he's been around the game too long. If you do not have a bridge from a historically great quarterback and you don't have the next man of progression, he sees what's happened in Miami. He saw what happened in Buffalo when they didn't have bridge guys. He had one. Mr. Kraft made him trade him, and guess what now? Guess what's going to happen this time? I bet when he take his butt up to Mr. Kraft's office this time, I bet you Mr. Kraft won't back him down.
I want to go with Jared Stidham. I insist. Okay, you got it. Want to bet?
Hey.
We just did.
We already got a bet.
Obviously, Bill Belichick as he is approaching 70 years of age, wanted to go with anybody but Tom Brady so that he could get the credit.
No, it was Jimmy Garoppolo. It wasn't no just anybody, because he's had several quarterbacks since Tom Brady. It was that guy. He knew he had that guy, and he's showing you 25 touchdowns. How many touchdowns did Tom Brady have?
It's my turn to talk, right? So let's look at what is happening right now with Jimmy G versus Tom Brady. Jimmy G is 12th in the league in yards passing, which not great. Brady's 6th, which is pretty decent.
What about the running game?
But I think it's my turn.
Okay, my bad.
Right?
My
I think
bad.
you're interrupting. So Jimmy Garoppolo is 12th in completions, not bad. Tom Brady's 3rd in completions, but Jimmy's only 17th in attempts. So that puts it into perspective.
Thank you.
Tom Brady is 1st in attempts because the Patriots can't run a lick. They're now 23rd in the whole league in running the football. They can't run block and they can't pass block, but they're asking the 42-year-old to throw it more than anybody in the whole league is throwing it to people who can't get open. Let that go in your head. Let that compute. He's throwing more than anybody to receivers that we all agree cannot separate.
He's the GOAT.
Wow.
What do you ask of the GOAT?
Oh.
You see, now you want to put exceptions on what you ask him to do. Now you want him to have the Ravens running game, and you want him to have the Chiefs receivers. Oh, no, it doesn't work like that. Because, see, here's what you did, Skip Bayless. You said in one breath, Jimmy Garoppolo is 12th in completions. Tom Brady is 3rd. Okay, but one guy's 17th in attempts. Okay, well, your guy should be 3rd, but can he run the ball? Look at what the 49ers are in rushing.
Thank you. Bingo. Now we're arriving at the bottom line to this because the 49ers are second only to the Baltimore Ravens in running the football.
Yes.
Because they got Mostert and Breida and Tevin Coleman. All 3 of those are better than anybody that Tom Brady has. He's got little James White. They had to resort 2 straight second halves at Houston and at home yesterday against Kansas City. James White's getting every carry. He totaled 33 yards. Tom Brady had 20 yards rushing yesterday. Yeah. And what has happened to Sony Michel? Where is he? What happened to him? He's gone. He's either in the doghouse, he's hurt, or he just lost it. Or they just can't block a lick.
All I'm saying is that when all you can do is one thing with a guy, the more versatile a guy is, the better he's going to be. Your guy can only drop back.
Would I take Mostert over Sony Michel?
No, this is not,
Would I take
not
Matt
about
Breida? Would
this
I take
about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Would I take Tevin Coleman over James White or Sony Michel? Yes, I would. So now let's look at the receiving core. I already brought up Emmanuel Sanders, who has changed life in San Francisco, just the way Amari Cooper changed life in Dallas at midseason last year. That's looking like the move of the year, at least in the NFC, because it has vaulted San Francisco up to the top of the league. He caught 7 balls for 156 yards yesterday, and furthermore, he gets to operate complementing what? The guy you told me, George Kittle, is the best tight end in football. Yep. So Tom lost Rob Gronkowski, and Jimmy G gained the best tight end in football. Am I right about that? George Kittle. Yeah. And have you watched Deebo Samuel? He's come out of nowhere. He is electrifying. Have you watched Kendrick Bourne? Every time I look up, Kendrick Bourne's in the end zone holding the football because he caught another pass. Marquise Goodwin, they got receivers everywhere that Tom Brady has none of. If you put Tom Brady in this offense, they would be this would be Super Bowl. Here they come.
If you don't mind me asking, what made Tom Brady so legendary is because he took no-name guys. He didn't have the Julios. He didn't have the Mike Thomases.
Except for Randy Moss.
And they didn't win.
Set records.
But did they win?
Yeah.
What did they win when they had Randy, Skip?
They should have won if Belichick's defense hadn't coughed it up to Eli.
Okay, what about
Tom drove him down there. He went 80 yards.
14 points.
Yeah.
You scored 36 in the regular season per game.
What was the score with 2 minutes left in the game?
Not enough.
14-10 Patriots.
Not enough.
It was over, 14-10.
Just 3 weeks earlier, you had just scored 38.
Wow.
You mean to tell me you scored 24 points fewer? What happened?
So
unanimous MVP. It's the first time in history, Jen, we had a unanimous MVP. And every time we had a unanimous MVP, Skip, in other sports, what has happened? You remember Steph Curry was a unanimous MVP. What happened? Up 3-1. Bron said, get it out. Unanimous MVP. Straight hand, Tuck, Olsen, Canty. Get it out. We stomped you out.
Yeah, so you got the best rushing attack in the NFC that is with a spearhead named Juszczyk at fullback, and he can also catch it and he can run with it. Well, the guy in New England, their fullback, he's gone. He's on IR.
And guess what? You got the worst offense in the AFC, one of the worst offenses, led by probably the worst quarterback playing right now in the AFC.
Is that right?
Yeah, sure is. That's what the numbers say. You're a numbers guy.
If you put Jimmy G in this offense, I get it that he'd be pretty good in this offense because, to your point, I agree with this. Kyle Shanahan is on fire right now calling plays.
Yeah.
So you got the best play caller going right now. You got the best rushing attack with the best fullback. And you got a receiving corps that has just sprung to life around Emmanuel Sanders. And all of a sudden, you can go to New Orleans and win a shootout.
I just want you to know,
wow,
the last 4 weeks, Jenny, in order for them to get the ball into the end zone, they've had to resort to gadget plays. We saw it against Philly, the halfback pass. We saw it again yesterday. They flea flicker. What we're seeing is a team with the GOAT. How many times you see Peyton Manning throw a gadget? How many times you see John Elway throw gadgets? I don't remember it with me.
Did you see the next Brady yesterday on the play of the game? It was 4th and 2 from the San Francisco 33 with 38 seconds to go. And Jimmy G just threw a rope. No, wait a second. It wasn't a rope. It was a little quick out to Kittle.
Yeah.
Just a quick. It was a 2-yard pass for the first down.
Right.
And that kid, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, what is he doing? How can you miss the tackle? At least just go tackle him. If you can't cover him, just go tackle him. You got to just tackle him right there.
It's a first down regardless.
He's gone. He's gone.
It was the first down.
Face mask him and the game's over. That's it. Ball game. So it was Jimmy G. That was Brady-esque. I got to tell you, because, it reminded me of Brady against Atlanta or the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know. It was just vintage, or Brady in the AFC Championship game against Jacksonville.
What about Brady this year?
It was a 2-yard pass.
What about Brady this year?
That proved it
What
to
about
me.
Brady this year?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter, because that's the point.
We're talking back, you said 2 years ago. So that proved it. The guy that you've been ripping all year, that he should have been the next Brady.
Skip.
Really?
That's what Coach Belichick saw.
That makes no sense.
Yes,
to
it
me.
does. Because Coach Belichick saw the decline in Tom Brady happening.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
And then Tom Brady came right back and won another Super Bowl and set the Super Bowl record for passing with 505 yards.
And caught an L. And then last year, what did he do in the Super Bowl, Skip? A 25 QBR, Skip.
Yeah.
No touchdown and a pick, Skip.
And he led the game-winning drive as usual.
Skip.
He did.
Skip. I keep
Led the
saying
game-winning
Skip.
drive.
I keep telling you.
I don't know why you just sweep that under the carpet.
What a great...
It was a 7-point game. It was 3-0 at that point. He led the drive that won the game, 7-3.
Skip.
It's over.
What I keep trying to tell you is that when you're a great player, you can have snippets. You can have snapshots.
Snippets?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
You said he led a drive. Hold on.
It was the drive.
Skip, it's 60 minutes. He had one drive.
It was against his nemesis, Wade Phillips.
Stop it, Skip.
Well, do you remember what Denver did to Tom Brady?
That wasn't Denver. That wasn't Denver.
Well, it was. You tell me Aaron Donald's the best player in the world. What you told me?
I keep telling you, great players can have snippets. They can have a drive. They can have a game.
Snippets?
But when was
Did you see him against the Chargers last year?
Okay, how about this here? Name the last time you saw Tom Brady string together 2 or 3 games this year in which you said, that's the GOAT. Name the games, Skip. Name the games.
The GOAT coach let the roster sink into oblivion. No, he did.
It's everybody's fault.
Well, you agree with me.
Tom Brady's fault.
You have no receivers, no blocking, no run game? Well, tell me I'm wrong.
I just want you to...
You see it. No, you can't tell me I'm wrong.
I just want you to give me the 3 or 4 games in which you said, boy, Tom Brady is doing it.
Well, the first 3, he was ranked number 1 in the league. Yeah, there's 3 in a row.
Yeah.
But that feels like a long time ago.
The Jets, Miami, Pittsburgh, who happened to be on their 5th quarterback.
Well, you just asked and I answered.
How long would that been?
He was ranked number 1 in the league.
What have you done for me lately? So where is he ranked now? What have you ranked now?
Well, they are 10-3.
I get all that. No. He's on an unbelievable team, courtesy of the defense.
Yeah. So what do you say? They're going to miss the playoffs?
See, there you go. You try to. They're going to miss the playoffs.
Well, I'm asking you.
They haven't clinched the East yet, though.
Talk about his play. Not missing the playoffs. Talk about that play he got.
Well, are they going to miss the playoffs?
I don't know.
You said he's washed up.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, take a stand.
I took a stand. He out of New England next year, and he's been terrible this year. That's the fact.
No mercy.
Tom Brady struggled to move the ball against the Chiefs' defense yesterday. Brady was sacked 3 times and had 1 touchdown and an interception. Brady was also held to just 169 passing yards and completed barely over 50% of his passes. Down 20-7 at halftime, the Patriots were booed off the field. And after the game, Brady said, quote, "You hear cheers, you hear boos, That is part of being in sports. So, Shannon, what letter grade would you give Tom Brady for his performance?
You already know what it is. The lowest grade I could possibly give him. Like, if I could add like 12 pluses, I would. But he gets an F, and you know it, Skip Bayless.
You mean minuses or pluses?
He gives an F. Whatever. What's the worst you can give?
F
is it minus
just
or plus?
Fail.
Okay, just fail.
So F minus.
Failure to launch. Failure to get going.
Fail.
That's what he get. And you know he deserves it. Skip, this offense, look. This offense couldn't move the ball against an average defense at best. They're 14th in points allowed. They're 20th in yards allowed. And Coach Belichick's defense gave Patrick Mahomes held him to 23 points. That's the second fewest points he's ever scored as a starter. 3 points in the second half. Now, Jenny, if you remember those Super Bowls, spotted the Falcons 28, shut them down, and what did Tom do? Brought them all the way back. That's my point. He can't do that anymore unless you resort to trickery. Now, here's the guy that had it took him 36 throws to get 169 yards. 37 of them came on a flea flicker, in which he threw to Julian Edelman. So the other 18 completions, he had 132 yards. That's what your guy had. Oh, Skip's like, wow, he's doing it. Now, Tom Brady completed 54% of his passes. If we were to project that out over the course of a year, that's 5 percentage points lower than last place, which is Baker Mayfield. His 4.7 yards of attempt is 1.5 lower than last place, Mitchell Trubisky. But he's having an unbelievable season. Listen to Skip Bayless. Listen to Pro Football Focus. Listen to all these people that hate to see it. We hate to see our greats go through this. It hurt me. It hurt a lot of people to see what Peyton was going through. I watched Michael Jordan in Washington. It was painful. Because you watched an all-time great laying the ball up when he used to jump over Melvin Turbin and dunked on him.
I hear that.
I remember those when he dunked on Patrick Ewing. He dunked on Mutombo. And now all of a sudden all he got was finger rolls. It hurt to see an all-time great go through this. But it's happening because like Skip Bayless tells me all the time, he wants something to happen to my old 17-year-old GOAT man. GOAT James got another body last night. You saw it.
That yet.
Yeah, we ain't gonna see it either for a while. Skip, there are just certain things that he just can't do anymore. And you just chalk that up. He's 42. It happens to everybody. There's gonna come a time, and his time is fastly approaching. You see it. F. Anything less higher than an F would have been uncivilized.
So now for some objectivity instead of the straight hate coming across the table because somebody's been wrong about Tom Brady for 4 straight years. This is your 4th year you're going to be wrong about him.
Okay.
I'm going to give Tom Brady a B for yesterday's performance because if we can start with this, here's a little stat for you. Have you ever heard of pass block win rate? It's how many times that you actually give your guy 3 seconds to throw.
Okay.
On pass block win rate through 3 quarters yesterday, Tom Brady's line was 24%. The average in the NFL is between 50 and 55%. Patrick Mahomes for the first 3 quarters had a pass block win rate from his line of 71%. So he was getting protected like crazy. Tom Brady was getting unprotected about as worse as you can get unprotected. So the point is...
You're digging hard, though. Give you credit for that one.
No, I'm not digging hard. That's just what was happening in the game. So what did I see yesterday? I saw Tom Brady throw 3 touchdown passes. I saw one to N'Keal Harry that should have been a touchdown, and even you would agree with that.
No, I would not agree.
Was he in bounds?
No, he was out of bounds.
Was he? Really?
That's what the official said.
Now you're looking foolish.
That's what the official said.
What did you see? You're in the Hall of Fame. What did you see? You won't answer the question. What did you see?
I didn't have that Foot Locker jersey on. I didn't have the stripes on, Jenny. I can't say.
Then Tom Brady hit Jacoby Myers.
No, he didn't hit him. Stop saying that.
Hit him right in the bread basket.
No, he didn't. Skip, stop that.
Hit him right in the chest. It hits him in the chest. You got to catch that if you're an NFL. If you're an NFL receiver, you got to catch it. But the truth is,
if you're an NFL quarterback, the GOAT hit him in the chest.
Would Jacoby Myers start for any other team in this league? No, he probably wouldn't have made any other team because he's an undrafted rookie free agent former quarterback at North Carolina State who ran 4.63 in the 40. Jacoby Myers. Really, that's all you got.
Rice ran 4.68.
So guess what? 4.68?
4.68, Jerry Rice ran it.
I don't think it was that bad. I think
Yeah, it was that bad.
No, it wasn't.
Pull
that
it.
bad.
Pull it.
All right, we'll pull it. So Jacoby Myers caught one big ball yesterday on a trick play from James White. That's all you could get from that guy. He's your starting wide receiver.
What did we get from Tom Brady?
Mohamed Sanu caught one ball yesterday for 13 yards. That's all you got from Mohamed Sanu, who was supposed to be the difference maker you acquired at midseason. And guess what? N'Keal Harry, who I said was going to be a difference maker, who I thought was going to be a difference maker yesterday in the game, got one target and caught one ball, and it was electrifying because it went for a touchdown.
Block in the back.
15 yards for a touchdown. You know it, and I know it. And guess what? Guess how many plays N'Keal Harry got to play yesterday? 2 plays on offense. Is that Belichick's fault? Is this another weird Super Bowl deal with Malcolm Butler? I don't know what's happening. Is Tom Brady, did he go home last night and say, I can't even get N'Keal in the game? I don't know, because I would like to see N'Keal at the end of the game, because the throw Brady made against the blitz with 2 guys right in his face, it was extraordinary, because it's right there for Julian Edelman, but it's Julian Edelman. He's 5 feet 10 inches tall, and Breeland just reaches over and knocks the ball away. It was another great throw. So there's 3 potential touchdown passes with the highest degree of difficulty that any quarterback had this week in the National Football League. They cannot block. They cannot block for the run. And he's got the weakest group of receivers anywhere. Show me a worse group of receivers than he has to throw to. Nobody can separate, including the 33-year-old Julian Edelman in his 11th season. He's all you got. So you go 12 targets yesterday to Julian Edelman, and he catches 8 for 95. Well, that's about all you can expect from him.
James White caught 5 of his 7 targets.
Second most, James White. He's like 5'5". That's your other receiver.
But you
really?
and
that's your only running game.
But you didn't say that, Skip. When he has more catches in a postseason game than anybody in the history of the game with 14, and he did in the Super Bowl. You didn't say poor little James White. You commended him. Now Tom Brady is struggling. It's everybody's fault around him.
Can't get open, can't separate,
Tom
don't have
Brady
any
can't throw.
wide receivers.
Tom Brady can't handle pressure.
Nobody. Is Josh Gordon there? Did you see Josh Gordon last night? He caught a couple of balls. Why isn't he still a Patriot?
Can Tom Brady handle pressure?
Would he be better than Mohamed Sanu?
Can Tom Brady handle pressure?
Interesting.
Can Tom Brady handle pressure?
Who can handle blitz pressure in your face every time? He can't even get his feet set, and he's falling
clearly,
backwards.
if he's dead last, there are 31 other quarterbacks that can do a better job than him.
Interesting. Highest degree of difficulty, yet in the end, when they finally started keeping in tight ends and twice kept Julian Edelman in to block the blitz, he started to heat up, and the Patriots had 121 yards in the fourth quarter. 112 yards in the fourth quarter to 21 for the greatest thrower of the football you've ever seen, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
wow.
Coach Belichick defense held him to 23 points.
Yeah, it was
his
really
second
good.
lowest total.
Yeah.
What did your guy do?
Yeah.
He started heating up for a grand total of 112 yards. Now, mind you, he had 57 up until that point. So, I guess as you get older, it takes you a little longer to heat up, Jenny, because them old bones ain't like they used to be, Jenny. Because it take me a little while. I got to take a hot shower normally.
So,
I hop in there for 2 minutes. Now I got to stand there for 10 minutes, Jenny. Let the thing thaw out.
Sanu had 1 catch and 1 drop. There's another one. Jacoby Myers had 1 more drop. James White had 1 big drop. And Jacoby Myers had another huge drop of a touchdown pass. That's 4 more drops. And guess what? The New England Patriots, they're pushing Dallas, because I don't have the final stats, but I think they're now pulling even with Dallas for the most drops of any receiving corps.
Okay.
And guess what? Julian Edelman leads the whole league with 10 drops, and I'm not giving him one for yesterday because one ball hit him right in the hands, but for some reason he was looking away, but the ball hit him right in the hands on a crossing route.
How about this for the GOAT for the season, Jenny? He's 30th in completion.
Wait, I thought we were just doing yesterday.
No, that's what
Wait, you can't look back in history. You always tell me, this is about now.
Skip.
What happened yesterday?
Skip.
I'm just telling you what happened.
Yesterday is a snapshot of the entire season.
So
he's been bad the entire season. He was bad yesterday.
If Tom Brady had a 39 QBR yesterday and Patrick Mahomes had a 41, are you giving Mahomes an F? Because you gave Tom an F minus.
He got an L.
Okay, but wait a second.
Which guy came to my restaurant?
Okay.
Which guy had the child special?
Well, what are you giving Patrick Mahomes then?
A.
An A?
He hurt his hand. And unlike you.
Wait a second. I didn't even bring this up, but now that you went for your excuse,
I want you to say,
my guy came with a big ice pack on his elbow because he got his elbow banged up again.
That should be beneath him. Because I remember when LeBron James came out there with his hand wrapped, you said that should be beneath LeBron.
Reminded me
but now why is Tom Brady coming? What if Tom Brady? So hold on. Skip Bayless and Tom Brady want me to believe and want all our viewing public out there to believe this is the first time he's ever had a bruise or a bump that required ice. They couldn't wait till he do it after his press conference. He had to have it on immediately.
He wanted people to
Yes, he wanted people.
Yeah,
he wanted an excuse, but I don't do excuses.
The Chiefs announced right after the game Patrick Mahomes is having an MRI or at least an X-ray.
Did you see him fall on his hand and he kept shaking it and he kept grabbing it?
Yeah.
You saw him kept doing this, Skip Bayless?
Did Tom Brady do this during the game?
No, I didn't see nothing.
No, he didn't do anything.
That's
He
noodle.
doesn't do that.
That's a noodle arm.
Yeah.
That's why he doing that, because he trying to get some juice in it. Trying to get some juice in it. Skip, as you get older, it takes you a little longer to thaw out. He playing in Foxborough. He's 42. Man, you can't get loose like you used to.
Can you imagine what Tom Brady would have done yesterday if he had Tyreek and he had Kelsey?
Skip.
Can you imagine what he'd do with Sammy Watkins?
I can only imagine.
Cole Hardman? He doesn't have any of these.
I can only
he didn't
imagine.
have one of them.
If Peyton Manning had had Coach Belichick for 20 years, I can only imagine what Aaron Rodgers, John Elway would have done if they'd had Bill Belichick for 20 years. Don't do that, Skip.
Well,
what did he have right now?
Bill Belichick tried to challenge a play that you can't challenge, and he lost his challenge. And so when it's time to challenge the N'Keal Harry play that obviously was a touchdown, you're not there.
Jenny, you see what I'm seeing?
You got to be smarter than that.
I want everybody to see.
Got to be smarter.
I want to see everybody to see. When the Patriots lose, it's Coach Belichick for challenging. The defense is not historic. They can't run. They can't catch.
True.
To mention Tom Brady. Tom Brady played terrible.
True. All those true.
Tom Brady played like butt sauce, and you know it.
You know what?
Call it like it is, Skip.
Under the circumstances, he was pretty good.
Under the circumstances of an NFL game, Tom Brady looked trash.
Boy, he threw trash, really. He threw 3 touchdown passes that should have been.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on. Jenny. You got a stat sheet over there, Jenny, because my stat sheet it says Tom Brady was 19 of 36, 169, 3 sacks, and 1 interception. I don't see no 3 touchdowns. As a matter of fact, they only had 1 touchdown pass. So where are the other 3? Hold on.
Referees stole 1.
No, don't do this, Skip.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And Jacoby Myers stole the other one.
First of all, Skip, the Patriots should not complain about a call ever. The tug rule is the most egregious call in the history of the game.
Well, they didn't complain. I'm complaining.
No, you shouldn't.
And by the way, my team got robbed up there too with 2 tripping penalties.
Your team trash too. That's why your team trash. Trash teams don't get good calls.
My team's in first place. I don't know about your Eagles.
Yeah, my team with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Baltimore, BMO.
Oh,
Ravens.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, now you're on the Ravens bandwagon. I can't keep up.
No mercy.
The Rams' whole team, guys, was firing on all cylinders last night in their 28-12 win over the Seahawks. The defense had 5 sacks and an interception, while the offense racked up over 450 total yards of offense. The Rams will travel to Dallas to take on the Cowboys on Sunday, and what will be a pivotal game for both teams jockeying for playoff position. So, Shannon, what did last night tell you about the upcoming Rams-Cowboys matchup on Sunday?
Well, they told me what I already knew, that the Rams are a better football team than the Cowboys. They're a better coach, they're more disciplined, and that offense, Sean McVay has got that offense back being explosive again, spreading the ball around, Woods, Higbee, Kupp, all those guys making plays. But I think the biggest difference is Todd Gurley. 3 of the last 4 games, he's gotten 20 touches. He had no 20-touch ball games in the first 8. Yes. So, for me, the Cowboys, I don't know what I'm going to get for the Cowboys. They start out running the ball. Zeke's running well. He gets stopped twice, and then all of a sudden they turn into a passing team. I think they're in between of what they really want to be, or they want to be a throwing team and let Dak just throw the ball all over the yard. But we still have a $90 million running back in our backfield and not use him adequately. So they're in between a rock and a hard place, because you got a guy that's in a contract year who's playing fairly well, is on pace to throw for in the high 4,000-yard mark. But we also got a guy here that's led the league in rushing twice, who's still a valuable commodity at running the football. So what do we do here? And there's going to be that's going to cause them to go ahead and catch another L, make about 4 in a row, which I'll be happy about.
In a row.
4 in a row. And you're going to be out of the playoff spot.
So, did you think the Rams were better than the Cowboys when they lost at home 55-40 to Jameis Winston? 55-40. I want you to let that sink in.
Hold on.
Better?
That ain't what Jen said. What did last night? You said don't go back.
Wait. You said what you've known all year.
Yeah.
So you went back.
Yeah.
So you've known it all year.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Rams were better than the Cowboys when the 49ers went in there and dismantled them 20-7?
Yeah.
Did you think
I watched Buffalo dismantle you.
Yeah. Did you think the Rams were better than the Cowboys when Lamar and company went there on Monday night and it was 45-6 Baltimore?
What do you think?
Baltimore?
What do you think Lamar would do to the Cowboys? What do you think Lamar would do to the Cowboys? You saw what Mitchell Trubisky did.
Finally, did you really think the Rams were better than Dallas when the Rams went to Pittsburgh off a bye and got it handed to them by Mason Rudolph? It was 17-12, but that's it? That's all you got? 17-12?
I knew it when you guys lost to the Jets.
And you kept telling me.
And you lost to the Bears.
Aaron Donald was the best player, not just on defense, but in all of football. And I'm
1.5 sack. 1.5 sack. 1.5 sack last night.
Waiting, I keep
waiting.
When
was the last time you guys had a sack? When the last time your defense got a sack?
Talking about the Rams right now.
Oh, yeah, okay. We're talking about your Cowboys now.
So I'm going to give you this. Every once in a while, a season is just not meant to be, and all of a sudden it seems like it's not meant to be, because just when I thought Dallas is better than the Rams, because the Rams got even more problems than Dallas does, because they look like a much worse team going to Arizona than Dallas was. I mean, 45-6 on the Monday night stage, and they flipped whatever switch is deep down in them. They found it and flipped it.
They got it.
Of all places, Arizona.
Yeah.
They were up 34-0 after 3 quarters, and they won 34-7 because Kyler finally got loose for 15 yards and ran for the 1 touchdown, and it was 34-7.
Did you see what Kyler did yesterday?
Yeah.
Against Duck Hodges. A man named Duck.
Pretty good.
Really, 3 interceptions is good. Duck Hodges outplayed him.
He keeps them in every game, though, except the Rams game. That was the one game where it was like, whoops, because San Francisco, boy, they hang right in there. And I thought he outplayed Jimmy G on that Thursday night that night.
You thought so?
Oh, I did.
Well, he caught an L.
Yeah, well, okay.
But I'm talking, this is not about Kyler Murray. This is
you
about
brought
your
it
team.
up.
It's about your team.
Yeah.
And the Rams are better.
So the point is that you have called Jared Goff garbage on this show.
Yes.
And Jared Goff had a QBR of 92, scale 0 to 100 yesterday or last night.
Well, I don't know
that
how.
was huge.
Because this game should have been a 45 wipeout. But what did he do? Even when he looks good sometimes, he looks bad. That pick six is horrible.
But
now, you know the guy that got those 2 pick sixes, Skip, Detroit couldn't use him anymore. They cut him. Well, that's Matt Patricia.
So the Rams did have 162 yards rushing, and to your point, Todd Gurley did have 79 of those yards. It's not exactly like 150, but it was pretty good because he's been pretty nowhere for this team, and all of a sudden he got 23 for 79. Again, that's not steamrolling, but it's pretty good.
But what it's allowing them to do, Skip, you see how more effective the play action is now that Todd can run it just a little bit. Guys are wide open. Look at Higbee. Look at Kupp. Look at Woods. These guys are wide open now.
Kupp is the difference maker because he loves Kupp, he trusts Kupp, and he seems to find Kupp when he is under the most duress. So that's really good for him.
You got your Kupp. That's what Randall Cobb is, the Dak, right?
Randall Cobb?
Yeah.
I think not.
No, whoa. You couldn't wait to get rid of old Measly Beasley.
I said Randall Cobb would be an upgrade, and he has been.
I can't tell.
His numbers are a little better than Cole Beasley's.
Didn't Beasley get in the end zone again yesterday?
Yeah, he did.
What did he do on Thanksgiving?
Well, he had his best game of the year on Thanksgiving.
Hold on.
We're talking about Dallas here.
Yeah.
So.
Randall Cobb plays for Dallas, right?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, I was just checking, just making sure.
I love Randall Cobb. I love Amari Cooper, at least when he shows up.
Now he don't show up now.
Yeah, and I love Michael Gallup. I love the whole thing. The Cowboys still lead the whole league in yards gained, which is pretty
Skip,
good.
let that sink in for a second. You lead the league in yards gained, and you're 6 and 7. So what does that tell you?
Well, it tells me that now they have a bigger challenge because I was afraid 2 weeks ago that they would come here and my team would beat them, and you would just say, the Rams are garbage. They're an also-ran. They're out of the playoffs. Nope, not anymore. Nope. They're back in the hunt. So they will come here with ambition. They will come here driven to win another game and get on a late season roll and squeeze into the playoffs and see if they can go places.
Your team is not very good. Now, Robert Quinn is going to be very motivated because, that was a team that they got rid of Robert Quinn. That was here originally.
Well, Miami got rid of him.
Well, actually, St. Louis started it.
Yeah.
They got rid of him first. They put him in Miami.
Okay.
So he's going to hold harbor some ill will. Okay, but all for naught.
Okay.
Y'all gonna catch an L.
So the point is that y'all over here, at least we have a real challenge on Sunday, and if we could somehow, by hook or crook, maybe we can get a referee call.
Oh, man, Skip, you need to stop.
Maybe a referee can rule that we're out of bounds when we're in bounds or whatever.
Skip, I can't believe that you would stoop to such.
Yep. Well, it's going to take something like that for this team
Hold
to
on.
turn around.
You got Dak, who's playing at the MVP level.
I never said that.
Oh, he's not playing at the MVP level anymore.
There were moments
Yeah.
that we talked about
moment?
it.
Well, just
They
it
were
was
fleeting.
stats alone, but they didn't
Oh,
recognize it.
that's what I've been trying to tell you.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to hear that.
No.
That was empty calorie stats.
Well, guess what? Russell Wilson last night went down 5 times and had a grand total QBR of 37.
Yeah.
That was just 2 weeks ago. He was your MVP. Just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, you done?
No. Skip. Look, at the time, Russell Wilson was 22-1. He had just beaten the Rams. He had beaten San Francisco. I mean, it was hard. Look at what he had done. He had beaten my homeboy. Skip. I mean, to just say, he was never in the MVP discussion. He absolutely was. He was leading. But Lamar Jackson over the last month has topped him. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, the one silver lining to what has happened to the Rams is it could also happen to my team.
Oh, my goodness.
My team
It happened last year for
suddenly
your team.
just flip around.
It happened
Here
to
we
your
go.
team. It happened to your team last year.
Well, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lightning doesn't strike twice in the
Guess
same
where
place.
it happened? At Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That was where it started.
Oh,
And this year it's where it's going to finish.
But they don't start in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They play the Rams.
Yeah.
And you see, they got them old ED Rams,
Yeah.
them old Merlin Olsen
Maybe.
jerseys.
You know what? And maybe it's hard to make a case that they're going to beat the Rams, but the truth is they don't really have to beat the Rams
what's
because
crazy.
all they have to do
don't.
is go beat the Eagles or the Beagles.
You see what he tried to do? You see what he tries to do? He always tries. They don't really need this game. So if they lose, no. You want to win every game. Because see, that's what got you in trouble. You remember? Because you kept saying, when they had that little stretch, they lost a couple of games where we launched last year. It was about this time we launched. Well, guess what? Duds.
Well, the Eagles play the Giants twice, but guess what? Before they play Dallas at Philly, they have to go to Washington, and all of a sudden, Redskins look kind of interesting.
They do. They look good.
Yeah.
They look good yesterday. They didn't have any quit.
So what if
The best thing that happened when they got rid of Gruden.
Bill Callahan?
Yep.
Right?
He has them playing hard. They're playing hard.
Yeah, they're running like crazy.
Yeah.
So that could be a little dicey for the Eagles. I don't know.
It could be dicey for y'all because y'all play them too.
Yeah, we play them at home.
No matter. Hold on. You make it seem like y'all
I don't
unbeatable
think
at home.
home has not been the
hold on.
advantage
Y'all last two home games. What happened?
Yeah.
Called the L.
Not
So
good.
don't stop it like y'all got a 50-game winning streak at home.
What happened when Philly went to Dallas? Oh, yeah, we had the game of the year.
Yeah, you had the game of the year. It hadn't been it since. You've been playing like ish ever since.
Guess what? All we have to do is win at Philly and come home and take care of the Redskins, and we get a home playoff game.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, since you're going to do it like that, all the Eagles got to do is just win out. If all they got to do is if they win out, everything will take care of itself, right? Is that how we doing it, ifs?
We got 5 cases on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
5 cases. Never been so interested in those 5 cases until right now.
Here we go.
Dinking, bouncing to him back.
Yeah.
Skipping the balls all over the place.
No mercy.
So Anthony Davis made a statement last night against the Timberwolves. 80 led the Lakers to a 142-125 win and dropped a season-high 50 points along the way. Davis is also doing it on the defensive end with 7 blocks in his last 3 games, averaging just under 3 a game on the season. So Shannon, is Anthony Davis making a case for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year?
He's making a strong case, and nobody's ever done that. Michael Jordan is the only guy to do it. I think it was 1988. He won the Defensive Player of the Year and the MVP in that season. Skip, 28 points, 9 rebounds, almost like 2.8, 2.7 blocks a game. Team has the best record in the NBA, and he's been doing it because he can do it all, Skip. He can post you up. He got a mid-range game. He got outside the 3. Now he's 10 for 10 from the free throw line. He's challenging all things that come into the painted area. Skip, he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. And then he gave old Carl Anthony Towns, cat they call him. Gave him the Mickey D special, a 50-piece with extra sauces and no napkins.
Do we have to
made
talk
a mess
about
of it.
Yeah.
No napkins.
No napkins.
You don't
Made
even
a
get any
mess of it.
You got to
No.
give the man a napkin.
Extra sauce.
It was
Give
not
him a
good.
couple of napkins.
No.
Spilling all over him.
So
You
messy.
told me that Carl Anthony, he was different. You told me Carl, he's different now. He wanted to fight everybody. He's shoving Joel Embiid.
Well, he's trying.
One can hope.
Yeah.
AD said, hold this 50-piece for me. Skip, this was unbelievable. And just the other night, he had a 39-point outing. He's just been doing it all. He's everything that the Lakers thought they would be. Skip, this is why you move heaven and earth to get a guy like this. Brandon Ingrams and the Lonzo Balls, they come along every single draft. This guy is a generational talent. These guys don't come along. A guy, he's a legitimate 30-10 guy. Legit. Don't be surprised if he's somewhere around there. And then you see old Goat James. Skip, I don't normally like to show footage. But I got to show you this body.
Really?
Old LBJ caught another body. He caught another body in year 17. They call him the body snatcher.
Yep.
Come, look at this, right, Skip. Caught another one. Caught another. You Skip what he did? You see what he did? Now, Gorgie Jang. He knows when LeBron turns his head, he's normally going to pull up with that three. So what did LeBron do? Turn his head, put that ball on the floor, and here he comes. Dropped him off on the 17th floor.
I thought he dunked with his left hand, but
it was a right.
He had such a lead that he just said, I'll just use my right hand. Because, again, that could have gotten blocked. But
he got on the elevator with LeBron. LeBron said, what floor are you going to? He said 17th. LeBron said, that's fine. I'm going to the penthouse.
Really? Wow.
Bam!
Really?
Dropped him off on the 17th and kept elevating.
Really?
Out of there. But this is about AD. It's not about LeBron. Because LeBron, Skip, do you see those threes? He was 6 of 8. He had a couple from Alcatraz.
Yeah,
2 from
hot hand.
Skip, did you see that one that came out there, the shot clock riding down, about 34 feet out? Somebody in heap of trouble. I'm going to get my 5 cases because they're going to win 56 games.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to get the 5. I'll let you buy it right now for 3.5 cases.
No.
Okay, you go with it.
Hanging right in there.
You go hang right in there.
Why would you even offer?
AD, Skip, he's in the MVP discussion.
Is he?
But Giannis is going to be hard to dethrone because he doesn't have another superstar.
He's the guy.
And they're going to win probably 60 games, Skip, and he's 30-12, 30-13. But AD has been phenomenal.
I will give you this. Right now, my eye test tells me that Anthony Davis is the best player on this planet, only because Kevin Durant is in Achilles rehab. That's the only reason he is. But right now, he is playing at the level of the best player on the planet because it's both ways. He's offensive MVP and he's defensive MVP all rolled into one. And I keep hearing people say that LeBron is the MVP, and I'm like, I don't know. This guy looks like he's making this.
I mean, but you're looking at Skip because he was washed. So any guy that's giving you 26, 11, and 7, you got to have that in consideration in year 17, correct?
Yeah, but if you want to really look hard at what happened in this game and only this game, would you believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves were actually up 3 points when this happened? But it was 2:27 left in the first half. And LeBron, who is really trying hard on defense, he decided Robert Covington was taking it to the hole, so he said, I am going to take the charge. And there it is, and he steps in, and the ref in question was one Natalie Sago, and she said, took a look at it and said, nope, block. She puts her hands on her hips, block. And guess what? That was LeBron's 4th foul.
Third.
2:20, huh?
Third. That was third in the first half.
No, but it was his 4th foul. 4th.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, that sent him to the bench.
That's why he left.
Yeah, that's why he left.
Okay.
But not only did LeBron walk up court and saying some things that I can't repeat, but he just kept on going, and he went all the way to the locker room.
Yeah.
He just kept walking right past the bench and went all the way to the locker room.
Right.
And I thought that was one shrewd operator's way of showing up that referee without getting a technical foul.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll just take it to the house. I'm going all the way to the locker room. I've never seen that before.
Skip, he wasn't
2:27 left.
Skip.
I'm not going to sit on the bench.
Let me ask you a question. Did you think Frank Vogel was going to put him back in at any point in time in the first half?
But it would be nice if you sat with your teammates the rest of the way, because most teammates would just say, well, I'll just go take my seat on the bench.
No.
That's just how you do it. You hang with your guy.
You know why he did that?
Yeah.
Because he said, AD, I'm gone. I want you to do your thing.
Oh, well, he did.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
just
about.
been so upset. He was trying to not make a scene, maybe?
Maybe.
But it didn't bug me as much as you. Now you brought it up, it does a little bit.
It's not a good look.
It is a great look.
It's grandstanding. It's
not.
showboating.
It is
It's
a little.
hot dogging.
It is.
You
I
know
never
it,
thought
and
about
I
that.
know
No.
it. It is. It's vintage LeBron, but they're down 3 at that point, and all of a sudden, AD says, hey, I got this. Feed the beast. And he scored 6 points out of an 11-0 run. They go on an 11-0 run to end the half, and all of a sudden they go to halftime up 8, down 3 to up 8 without the king on the floor. And that kind of looked washed to me because he just washed right out of the game, right? He just went to the locker room. I don't know what, I was thinking, was he hurt? But he was walking just fine, and he came back and had a big second half, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think he was hurt. Do you need to call home? Do you need to order post game? I don't know.
And you see we did to Portland, right? After what we did to Utah, right?
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
I saw what the team is doing.
No, now it's the team. Hold on. Last year, you said there were 5 or 6 games that LeBron, if you're that guy, you got to close these games. Now it's the team.
Well, they're not playing close games. They're scoring like 170 a game. I've never seen anything like it.
All right.
Wasn't it the most they've scored on the road since Showtime, since 1988?
Probably.
It was the most they've scored on the road.
The 136 they gave up. And we called the dogs off. We called the dogs off because we felt sorry because that was Melo, because Melo our guy.
Yeah.
But if it had been just Dame and CJ, we'd have put 150 on them, put a $150 on them.
Well, you put a number on them.
Hey, we see we did Jennings team last night. And we put a 42.
Big number.
Yeah. We got plenty more where that come from.
But in trouble before LeBron marched all the way to the locker room, and 11-0 happened, and all of a sudden up 8 happened at half, and it was over.
It wasn't over.
Yep.
It wasn't over.
No, it was way over.
Guess what? Because we got up by 19, and they cut it all the way back down to like 8 or 9.
Yeah,
and then LeBron said,
it was scary.
And LeBron the AD said, hey.
Yeah.
Brian looked at the AD said, okay, let's do this. This two-man game. This two-man game. Skip, that thing vicious.
Yeah.
Now, the Clippers going to have to see us on Christmas.
I agree. Now, you know what? If there was a pre-Christmas championship, the Lakers would win it.
No.
But there's not.
But,
I don't think. I don't know.
Help me understand this. Help me understand this. Now, Giannis, on Friday night, the Bucks played the Clippers. I need to know why Paul George, nor Kawhi, or Pat Bev guarded Giannis. They gave that to Harkless. I just need to know why. You took a 46, you got trounced. You took a 46-point beatdown. Are they low managing? So nobody wanted them. We got 2 of the best wing players of all time. Doc said we can lock it down. Nobody wanted Giannis?
They're all about May and June. That's what they are building toward. LeBron is wearing himself out before Christmas.
No, LeBron fine.
5 minutes.
LeBron fine. Your guy got bulky knees. That's why he got to wear those orthopedics.
Really? Okay.
That's what's wrong with your guy. Your guy can't practice, can't play back-to-backs, and he looked terrible. You saw that.
Well, I like the Clippers in May and June.
I like the Lakers anytime.
Yeah.
Because when you that guy, in May, June, December, October, March, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because when the Clippers snap their fingers, then they go score 150.
They can't.
Yeah.
Against the Wizards, a team that LeBron played like 20 minutes, 25 minutes against, and had 125? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
150, really.
Oh, we got a $142 on the Timberwolves.
Ooh. That's impressive.
Oh, we got something for the Bucks. We got the Bucks next a week from Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah, we got something for them, too.
Okay. What do you got for them?
You want something to do? We can do this right now.
You want to do it?
I won due from you last year on the Bucks. I took the Bucks at Staples. Remember that on Friday night?
Yeah, we had them whippersnappers. We had them whippersnappers. Now you got to do something with AD. You can't just load up on Bron. And we got Caruso.
Yeah, he's
balling.
He had 16.
So you're really taking credit for Caruso.
Caruso balling.
AC, they call it.
Yeah.
They love him. They seem to love the guy.
Woo. And Danny Green.
You know what? He might be the best athlete on the team.
And you see Danny Green letting them threes go?
He is.
Oh, Danny Green. You talking about they go and come. They go and come.
Yep.
All I know, they coming right now.
They're coming?
Yeah.
And they go when you least expect it, when you most need them.
Skip.
Danny.
Skip. Stop that. Why you always
I know, because I've watched him a lot more than you.
Why are you wishing bad mouth on my team? I don't wish ill on the Spurs. They terrible. I don't wish bad mouth on your team.
I mean, Jared Dudley got in the game last night. Wow. That means it's a rout.
Skip. 251.
He only had 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
80's 4th 50-point game of his career. He said he didn't know he had 50. The guys kept telling him, go get 50, go get 50.
I had 27 at that. Skip, was that not
with a lot of confidence.
That's what you call efficient. 20 or 29? Mm-hmm.
Big
27.
game.
Woo.
Big game.
Hard for the Wolves, but what are you going to do?
It's hard to understand how he was 30 games under 500 in New Orleans, but he was.
He was doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It was just, it's just a different venue.
Really?
Skip, I mean, don't think they're not great actors. That's off Broadway. They're just not on Broadway.
Really?
But just when they get their time to shine.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
When they get the big stage, they show up. Well, we're seeing it from them.
Like Misty Copeland.
It is interesting.
She got she been Misty Copeland.
get your
You know who the black ballerina
Yes.
the face on?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
but
awesome.
she got her break.
I know.
And now what is she could do that. She could do that.
I
She
would
just
love
wasn't
to see
given the
her.
opportunity. Got the opportunity. AD been doing this
Really?
in New Orleans. But now
It wasn't rubbing off on
But
him.
now,
I don't know.
Skip, there's a difference between Canal Street and the Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between those two, bro.
Yeah.
There is.
Okay, so that's where he is now. He in Bel Air. Me and him neighbors.
It's a long ways to even Christmas yet. We still got, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to come fast.
It's a long
though.
time.
It's going to come
but
fast.
it's short time to get there. We got something for you.
No mercy.
Trailing in the second half, multiple close officiating calls went against the Patriots yesterday. Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce was ruled down on the field before fumbling, which negated a potentially big return by the Patriots after the ball came loose. The play would be overturned after Belichick used his final challenge. The Patriots were therefore unable to challenge a N'Keal Harry play that was called out at the 3-yard line, despite replay showing that it was a clear touchdown. Then, with under 4 minutes left, there was a non-call on what appeared to be pass interference on the Chiefs when Brady was targeting Philip Dorsett, which would have put the ball at the 6-yard line. Lots there. Fox Sports NFL analyst Greg Jennings now joining us. Greg, so good to have you back. Did the refs cost the Patriots the game?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Skip.
Not.
Don't
And it's
talk-
I'm talking to
and
you.
it's
I'm talking
simple.
to you.
It's simple. Why did they not cost them the game? Because they had other opportunities. Now, in saying that, they blew the call. They blew a few calls in this game.
That one back, yeah.
They could have got it back.
Which
They could have got a lot of them.
Harry?
But
The
N'Keal Harry.
N'Keal Harry call, they blew that one.
You say they blew it? Because Shannon said they didn't blow it. Well,
he
that's what
was
said.
he was clearly in bounds.
Was he? Shannon said no.
And they missed the block in the back, too. They sprung it.
Yeah, we can split hairs, but they missed that call. It should have been a touchdown.
Sure.
But if we rewind all the way back and why we didn't have an opportunity to review it, because the Patriots offensively wasn't giving Bill Belichick anything. So he has to challenge a third down reception by Sammy Watkins.
Which he shouldn't have.
Which he shouldn't have, but he does because he's trying to get something. He's trying to get them his defense off the field, get his offense another opportunity. Then he has to challenge what was a fumble by Kelce, which now he's out. And so you don't have an opportunity to even get this play reviewed, which they would have. But it's predicated on the performance of your team. Now, I'm going to take you to a play that literally costs a team a game. And it was my Green Bay Packers against the Seattle Seahawks in 2012, the Hail Mary that they called a completion. You want to know why? Now, mind you, this is the replacement refs. Then, on this play, we had no other opportunity, Skip. There was no other play after this game.
Right.
After that play. There was no opportunity we had to make that right. When you look at the New England Patriots, they had, after the N'Keal Harry missed touchdown call, they had the opportunity. It was first and goal
from the 3.
From the 3.
And what did Brady do?
And you can't get the ball in the end zone.
We had Jacoby Myers.
You're right.
Basket.
He throws the ball to Jacoby Myers.
catch.
Little low.
It's you in the chest.
Little
You say
low,
it's
but
low too?
you
Okay.
got to make that catch. I'm
Fair.
not going to make any excuse. Both. You got to make that
a better
catch.
throw, too.
But then you have 2 more possessions after that. So now all of a sudden we're harping on a couple plays prior to these possessions that we're saying the refs cost. No, I need more out of your offense, and they weren't able to produce it.
Yeah.
Period. If anything, the Kansas City Chiefs should be embarrassed because they let them back in the game.
Thank you.
So, no, the refs didn't cost it. The refs did not cost the New England Patriots the game because they had opportunity after each one of those blown calls, if you will, to make it right.
You know what? I'm going to take a page out of Skip Bayless' playbook because Skip Bayless says the reason why LeBron James doesn't get foul calls because they know he's such a poor free throw shooter. Now, James Harden gets those calls because they know he's going to make 88 to 92% of those. So they didn't make those calls because they know the Patriots offense, we're not going to bail you out. A good offense gets those calls.
Bail you out?
Yes.
Well, there's nothing subjective about the call. He's just inbounds. I mean, you're not like, we'll give him this one. No, it's not like that. What are you talking about?
Because your offense got
It's a terrible analogy.
Because when your offense got to resort to trickery in the first quarter of a ball game.
Time out. The Patriots have been known for trickery through the whole dynasty.
Not in the first quarter.
Do you remember what happened at Baltimore? And they were in such trouble in that game.
Oh, no.
And they run a double pass to Amendola to Edelman.
Their offense was always able to produce. Right now, the only way they can produce first downs and sustain drives is through trickery.
You know why? Because right now, and I'm not kidding I'm not exaggerating, you would be better than any option Tom Brady has at wide receiver. How old are you now? Like 36. Right now, seriously. You could go suit up for them, and you would become by far the number one option right here because you're in really good shape. I would love it. If you want to go back, I'll make the call today. No, seriously, because he has no option.
But Skip,
he does not.
Mohamed Sanu? Are you kidding? He's caught one ball.
Skip, you make my point. Because you say they ran that trickery when they threw the pass to Danny Amendola, and he threw it. And he
threw it to Edelman.
Threw it to Edelman. Yeah. You say because they were in trouble in the fourth quarter.
Was it Edelman?
You in trouble in the first quarter, the opening drive? You in trouble, Greg?
They know what their offense is, and they know what they lack.
And what is they lacking?
Everything.
The quarterback play has been bad.
The quarterback
what are
play
they in rushing right now? They're 23rd in the league. Whatever happened to Sony Michel, who led the postseason in rushing?
Skip.
He's in the doghouse.
It all starts up front.
Skip, I don't want to break it to you, but your quarterback is 20th in QBR. He's 30th in completion percentage, and he's 27th in yards per
Well, I hate to break it to you, but he's got the worst protection in all of pro football. He just does. He can't block anybody.
I'm not trying to make any excuse for Tom Brady, but, I mean, we see the film. We watch the games. We know what he's dealing with. He's been under pressure more than what we've ever seen. He's been running for his life.
Like Aaron Rodgers the last 3 years before he got this job.
But we're talking about a non-mobile quarterback who has always thrived in the pocket, getting it done, and who has always been able to elevate and overcome whatever they lacked, and he just has not been able to do it this year.
You can't when you get older. You can't lift it once you get old. You can't lift it much. Can't lift it much, Greg.
Did you see Mohamed Sanu get open yesterday? I couldn't find it.
He was on the field for twice.
You know who the starting tight end was yesterday? Matt Lacoste. Cut twice by the Giants, once by the Jets, and once by the Broncos. And he's the new Gronk.
Did the Patriots cut him too? This is the second go around with the Patriots.
No, I'm just saying those are three other teams that let him go.
Okay, well, you cut him and brought him back. So what did that tell you about you?
So we've had two recent stories. Gronk says, no, I'm not coming back.
You're not.
And there was a big story yesterday. I think Adam Schefter had it that, no, the Patriots are not going to go back to Antonio Brown.
No.
Nope, they're not, okay?
They need to consider it.
I got it. I don't know how he's going to get eligible again. That's a whole nother
They might just revisit next year, but it isn't happening this year.
Not right now.
But the point is, Josh Gordon is still catching balls for Seattle. He'd be a better option than what you have right now because it comes down to the last play of the game. Brady throws a great ball against the blitz. He's got two blitzers right in his face. He's falling backwards and throws it right on the money to little Julian Edelman, who is 5 feet 10 inches tall. And the more I watch this play, and I love Edelman, but he doesn't make a real hard try at this ball. Like, you got to go up and shield and try to snatch.
But Skip, he's only so big. When you 5'11", ain't a whole lot of shielding you can do. That's not Gronk.
Let's see it one more time. This is a play Edelman just has to go up and fight for it. Go fight. It's your ball. Is that not Edelman's ball when it's in the air?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Go get it.
A lot of times it's tough because you don't know exactly where the defender is on your back.
Sure.
So you're your quarterback is leading you, so you're thinking you can just kind of run to the ball, but that defender sees it from a different angle, so he jumps over your back. It's happened to all of us.
He just reached over and just knocked it away.
Yeah.
It's a great play.
But see, Breland, although he's not the biggest man, he's bigger than Edelman.
He's bigger than Edelman.
It's not now Gronk, there's no way you got to go through Gronk to make that play, and you're going to probably get PI because he's so much bigger.
And I got to get this off my chest one more time, but who made the most explosive play for the Patriots all day yesterday? It was N'Keal Harry on the ill-fated, uncalled touchdown, right? It was an electric move to the pylon.
It was a good play. Yeah. Really good play.
That was his lone target of the game. He played 2 snaps, though. What's wrong? He's your first-round pick. He's 6'4", 225. How about on the last play of the game? Would you throw him a fade route like a jump ball because he's going to get single coverage? Seriously. Do you not trust him at all?
No, you don't. You just simply don't. When you look at the New England Patriots offensively, historically, they've never had this many young players relied upon. It's our skill position. When you look at their perimeters, like they're so young. They've always had an Edelman or a tight end like Gronk or someone. You had Hogan. You had sprinkles of veterans.
We used to talk. And I say, Hogan is better than people think.
You're right.
Oh, no, Hogan's terrible. I'm saying he's better than you think. I say he's faster.
He can run.
And you remember, he was the one that caught the third down that got it going last year in Kansas City.
He did.
He was the one.
What did they call him in Miami? 7-11, because he was always open.
Yes.
Right? Well, they got nobody who can get open right now, and that's a problem. So,
well, they got Chick-fil-A players now because they closed on Sunday.
That is true. So, in the end, that was really cute. So, in the end, if the said referee, who's the side judge named Jonah Monroe...
Skip, you ain't got to bring that man's name out.
He deserves to have his name called. The play happens right in front of him, and he's like, there. Right? What are you doing?
Defenders in front of him, blocked
right in front of him. It wasn't even close.
Skip done called a man name, where he went to school.
He went to Arkansas.
Wait, look at that.
Arkansas. That's all you need to know,
You ought to be
right?
ashamed of yourself.
Yeah?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
If he makes the correct call, it's 23-20 with 13 minutes and 30 seconds left. The momentum has swung completely to Patriots, and on the last drive, the whole dynamic is different. If you know in your back pocket you got the field goal. Now you can try some things that you might not try because it's a different field.
You can't try a whole lot because you got Tom Brady.
Here's my issue with the whole play. Like, as referees, just like players, and we're expected to understand the rules and the timing of situational football. If referees understand what they have at their exposure, or at their disposal, meaning if I call it a touchdown, it's going to be reviewed no matter what.
True.
So let's lean to the side of just calling it a touchdown.
Okay.
That way we can correct it later. But if you don't call it a touchdown, understanding the circumstances, New England can't challenge it anymore.
No.
You know all these things you have to know all these things as players. You have to know all these things as referees. So let's just call it what it is. They didn't really take advantage of the situation that they had in front of them. Call it a touchdown. If this is a savvy crew, veteran crew,
Brady overcame a 25-point deficit in the third quarter. He overcame 3 3rd and 10s, but he had it first and goal at the 3 and can't get in, and we blame the refs.
No, I'm not blaming the refs because they had you named all those opportunities.
He got it in. He threw it right here to Jacoby Myers, undrafted rookie free agent.
Now we going individual. Now we picking him apart. He got it in, but the play wasn't made.
Well, he was a quarterback at North Carolina State, and you're asking him to make the catch of the game.
What was Julian Edelman?
A quarterback at Penn State.
And what?
That's it.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. Boy, Belichick's let this roster just slide into oblivion.
No, look at that. Did you see that defense?
Yeah.
Giving up 13 points a game and losing.
Boy, Mahomes lost it in the last quarter and a half. He was awful.
Mahomes didn't come to my restaurant. Yo guy came to my restaurant.
No, he did not.
I can't get it straight. Winning and losing.
They want them hot L's. Dak, stay there. I'm trying to get Dak. I need to get Dak up out of there, Skip. Yeah, the Cowboys stay in my restaurant.
He might get fat.
I don't need that. Okay.
No mercy.
Squeaking by with a 20-15 win over the Redskins, the Packers are now the number 2 seed in the NFC with a 10-3 record. Aaron Rodgers had under 200 yards passing and admitted that their win was not the most impressive. Take a listen.
I just think we need to just be a little more consistent at times. I don't think we had maybe the same type of flow after the first couple early drives with just the energy, and we just missed on a couple things. So we got to clean some of those stuff up. But I wouldn't mind winning ugly all the way to the Super Bowl. I would guess there's not many people who expect us to be in this position, so we're going to enjoy it. I'm going to have my fair share of scotch tonight, and feel good about being 10-3.
Celebrating a little bit there, Shannon. Are the Packers contenders or pretenders?
They're pretenders, Skip. I have them ranked behind the 49ers, Saints, and Seahawks, even in the NFC. Because, Skip, they're so inconsistent. 1 week, they can run the ball really well in their passing game struggle. Next week, they can throw it well, their running game. But since week 4, where they've really gone awry is defense. They're 20th in scoring D and 26th in yards allowed. And you thought they were about to blow this game wide open because they had their foot on the proverbial throat of Washington, and somehow they took it off and Washington got back in the game and made a game of it, Skip. I just think for me, just watching them, they're just too inconsistent for my liking. They have some horrible losses. You go to San Diego, you go to L.A., the Chargers, and you take an ultimate beat down, and you go out go up a little further north to the Bay and get beat down even worse. Skip, they're just too inconsistent. And Aaron mentioned it. He said we're inconsistent right now. And you get to the playoffs and get inconsistent, teams will beat you by 21, 28, and they'll expose you because whatever your weakness is come playoff time, it normally gets exposed and it makes you look really bad. And we talked about it last year, Skip, and going back, the Kansas City, we talked about their defense being the Achilles heel, and what happened? It just so happened that unit was on the field at the end of the game when Tom Brady went out, well, they got the game tied, and then they won the kickoff, won the kick, and they marched right down the field and punched the ball into the end zone. I just don't really know what can the Packers hang their hat on. And it's good. We talk about Aaron Jones, Skip, he's 15th in rushing. He's 15th in the NFL. We talk about him like, whoa, you see what he's doing? He's 15th in rushing. So I don't really know when the rubber needs to meet the road, what can the Packers hang their hat on?
Well, the greatest thrower of the football ever. That's what you always tell me. The transcendent Aaron Rodgers.
He can be.
So they're 10-3, and you're saying they're a pretender with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback? You get through 13 games out of 16 with Aaron Rodgers? I would think you would tell me they're taking off.
You believe they can go to the 49ers or the Saints in Seattle and beat them?
I don't, but I'm not a big Aaron Rodgers fan.
Well, I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan, but I'm realistic. I'm objective, unlike you.
Well, it seems like he's on the downside of his career, and he even spoke last week about, I can see the 18th hole in sight.
Well, guess what?
Right?
Your guy's already in the clubhouse.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, your guy in the clubhouse.
No, he's still playing.
Yeah, he's in the clubhouse, though. He's just waiting on everybody else to finish.
Well, he's got 3 holes to go.
Yeah,
he's going to play all 3 of them.
Yeah,
so he's not in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
But Aaron's in the clubhouse drinking scotch.
Yeah, he knows
Every
scotch.
time I look up, he's drinking more scotch.
What are you drinking? Johnny Walker, Doers?
Does he have some,
I don't know.
endorsement? I feel like he's always talking about scotch.
He doesn't refer to a brand name of scotch. He just says, I'm going to
loves
drink.
Well, I'll let Johnny Walker blue.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out. I set
Good for
you
you.
up for that.
But the truth is that Aaron's not the best Aaron on this team, because every time I look up when they have a big win, it's Aaron Jones.
Interesting.
Aaron Jones came up the biggest at Dallas when he went 19 carries for 107 yards, and he caught 7 balls for 75 more yards. And yesterday, he saved the day. He had 16 for 134 and caught 6 more for 58 yards. Well, when he rises and shines, they win. And when it's all on Aaron's shoulders, they get routed, because the 2 ugliest losses, I think, of the year are Green Bay at Chargers. And you talked about it. It was 26-11. He had the worst QBR of that weekend or that week, 14. And then he had the second worst at San Francisco. They lost 37-8. They just got dismantled. He had a QBR of 9. So his QBR for the whole year ranks 15th. Well,
Which is higher than Tom Brady's.
Transcendent. It is higher. But he's got some weapons. At least he's got Devontae and Jimmy Graham, right?
And Lazard and Kumaro are undrafted free agents, along with Geronimo Allison, undrafted free agents.
And Aaron Jones is not undrafted because he's a player.
Oh, Sonny Michel is not undrafted.
Well,
Rex Burkhead is not undrafted.
Not a player, not a factor.
James White.
Yeah. No, they're all drafted. But the point is, this draft pick is having an impact.
Yeah.
Right?
Go ahead. I'm just saying.
So how can you say that an Aaron Rodgers team at 10-3 is not a contender? Then you've given up on it.
No, I've been giving up on it. Skip. They're going to make the playoffs. But do I believe that this team right now can get through San Francisco or Saints or Seattle? No, I don't.
Well, why not? So you're saying he's now over the hill?
Just like I do not believe the Patriots can get through the Ravens or Kansas City, if that happens to happen.
So Aaron Rodgers, like Tom Brady, is over the hill?
No, look at his numbers. Look at his numbers compared to Tom Brady's. It's not even close.
Well,
one guy is 23-1, 23-2, 23 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Your guy's what, Skip?
15th in QBR as Aaron Rodgers and 17th in completion percentage. That's horrible.
Okay. Your guy is 20th in QBR. Your guy is 30th in completion. I'll get these stats right quick. You know, because Skip be trying to confuse me, Jenny. Your guy is 30th in completion, 29th in yards attempt, and 20th in QBR.
30th in completions? Percentage. Okay.
30th.
He's third in completions.
Yeah.
And first in attempts.
Yeah,
that's all they got.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, but hold on. So let me ask you a question, Skip. If I shoot 1,000 times, I make 30 of them, but half of them threes, and I lead the NBA score. What am I doing? You should. You shooting the ball. You're throwing the ball an awful lot.
Boy, I would take that if you.
Well, you take it. When you taking that. Hey, guess what?
Threes are better than twos.
Guess what? You taking that to your bank. But all I know. Did you know this, Jenny? For the first time in the Brady Belichick era, they've lost to 3 guys under the age of 25 in a season.
Well,
3 of them.
So I want to get this straight. So you are officially saying Aaron Rodgers is over the hill.
No.
He's not what he used to be.
No.
Well, if he were transcendent thrower of the football, the greatest thrower of the football ever, you would be saying right now, you better believe they got a chance to go win in the playoffs, right?
Skip, I do not believe that they could go to San Francisco, which would where they would have to go. I do not believe they have to go to New Orleans. I don't believe they could beat either of those teams.
Okay, but that's just 2. So you'd say there's still a contender, though, right?
Contender to do what?
I
said they're going to make the. I said they're going to make the playoffs. I said they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But do I believe they could? I got to. For me to believe that you are a contender, I got to legitimately believe that you can take your show on the road.
The way.
Because that's what you're going to have to do in his situation. You're going to have to take your show on the road. Do you believe he can take that show on the road? You don't. But you just want to try to force me to say it. Aaron Rodgers is not over the hill.
Well, they're going to be the 2 seed, so they're not going to really take their show on the road.
No, they're the number 2 seed as we speak.
Right now.
They still got to go to Minnesota.
Still Minnesota, week 16.
But they could wind up the 2 seed easily.
Gotta get home.
Do you believe they're going to beat Minnesota in Minnesota?
Well, I don't know.
I don't.
I'm not that impressed with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's in decline, but you won't admit it.
I know your guy. If Aaron Rodgers is in decline, your guy's already at the bottom.
Okay, well, why do we keep changing the subject? What about Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron
He's
Rodgers
much younger.
He is, and played much better.
7 years.
And has played much better.
He has not played.
And has played much better.
No, I can show you the numbers.
Stats would indicate
he's played worse.
The stats would indicate it.
Nope, I'm sorry.
Third
Your
time
guy-
this
Over
season
the hill.
held under 200 yards passing.
That's terrible.
How many times for Tom Brady? Because if I'm not mistaken, he was
thought
under
this was about Aaron
So did I.
Hold on. Because if I'm not mistaken, I could have swore he was under 200 against Buffalo. He was under 200 against last night.
Somebody's ducking and dodging.
Ain't no ducking and dodging.
Yep.
Just the facts.
Ducking and
Hey,
dodging.
Joe Friday. Remember that show, Dragnet?
Do I?
Just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's all I want, Skip. Just the facts.
Tom always
Well,
finds a way into this.
You're wrong again.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
No mercy.
Before yesterday's game, Fox's own Jay Glazer reported that Odell Beckham Jr. has been telling teammates and other coaches in the NFL that he wants out of Cleveland this offseason. OBJ's first year since being traded to the Browns has been a disappointment, something Baker Mayfield acknowledged after the game. But Baker wasn't ready to blame himself or Odell, but rather the training staff for not properly diagnosing a sports hernia that his star receiver suffered in training camp. Shannon, will Odell be a Brown next year?
No. Skip, has never worked out. We thought we got into this arranged marriage for convenience. We both needed security. We both, were down on our luck, and we thought it was love at first sight. But this marriage has never worked. And I think the best thing for both teams is to part ways. They're not going to outright release him, although Skip, it would only cost him $2.5 million against the cap. But you gave him a first rounder, a first and a third to give him. Yeah. So you got to try to recruit something back. Now, I don't know if you can get a first, but you got to try to get a second or a third. You got to get something out of this, Skip. But he has to. He needs to be moved. He was never happy. He never saw himself. He's one of these guys that sees himself, I need to be in Hollywood. I need to be on Madison Avenue. I need to be there. Being in the Midwest was never Odell's cup of tea.
Yep.
He let you know early on. That's why he waited so late to get there. And so for me and for everybody to be happy, they just need to part ways because Baker has regressed. He can't get him the ball.
Nope.
And when he does, he's having to jump over a tall building and he's getting upended. So he's unhappy there. I think the best thing for everybody in this situation, Skip, is to part ways.
By the way, Baker was speaking out after he went 11 of 24 for 192 with 2 interceptions and no touchdowns against Cincinnati.
I know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's not
What are you
good.
speaking out against, Skip?
It's getting hard to defend, Skip.
It is. So he was just trying to give his friend Odell a legit excuse by laying the blame on the training staff. And then he had to walk that back because you can't win that one.
That's a low
'cause, yeah, it's a
blow.
low blow. It's just so it's just
good, yeah.
irresponsible.
You can't do that.
No, but he's trying to let Odell off the hook by saying he was legit hurt.
Well, what's his excuse for playing so
Well,
bad?
that's a whole nother issue. But again, he doesn't want to lose his buddy Odell. But I will say this. A little bird I know just texted me, and it's a little bird I trust, and he said that Odell has been talking privately about wanting to play with, are you ready for this? Aaron Rodgers, that we just talked about, that he would like to go to Green Bay. And I'm thinking, okay, but if you have a hard time living in Cleveland, you'd have a really hard time living in Green Bay. I mean, it's about as far from Hollywood as you can get, right?
And you know who's the star in Green Bay.
Yeah, but
And you know if you make a mistake or you run the wrong route, Skip, what's going to happen?
okay, but obviously, would Aaron be an upgrade right now over Baker?
Yeah.
Sure. And he's been sort of quote unquote stuck with fading Eli with the Giants. So I guess he looks to the top and says, I want to play with him.
Even with fading Eli,
Yeah.
he looked better than what he does with Baker.
I would agree. So to me, I'm with you. It was ill-fated from the start. And as soon as Baker responded to one of his followers about, do you have good restaurants out there? Remember we
Right.
talked
I
about
hated
that? That's
that.
when I knew, okay, out there? It's not really out
Skip,
there.
you know the Brady Bunch, the reason why it worked for them, he was, divorced with 3 kids, or maybe his wife passed. He had 3 boys. She had 3 girls. Oh, let's put this thing together. That'll be a perfect family. Skip, it worked.
Oh.
And you look at...
I don't know the Brady
Yeah,
Bunch.
oh, that was before your time?
Before my time.
Okay.
Although
Cleveland said,
it's
we need...
Ernestine's all-time favorite show. Other than I Love Lucy, but that's all.
Okay, Cleveland's like, man, we need a receiver. The Giants were like, we need
Like
to
it
get off
felt
one.
too good.
Yeah, they're like, y'all need to get off one. We need him. We can do this thing. Boom. And lo
Felt
and
too good to be
behold,
true.
Skip, it never, as good as it looked on paper, that it looked good, it never felt right. And everybody put on a happy face. Skip, how somebody like, oh, we so happy, we love each other, and then next thing you know, you're reading they're getting a divorce. You're like, what happened? But you said you guys were so happy. That's this. Everybody, we couldn't wait to get Odell. And you remember old Freddie K? We gonna keep everybody happy. He's a unique talent, yada, yada, yada. Oh, I'm happy to be here, yada. They about to get a divorce.
I'm still going to give Baker one last break. I still would like to see him next year without Odell because I loved him a year ago spreading the ball to a bunch of no-name receivers, and I would love to see him get back to not having the commitment to force-feed Odell.
Well, how about the commitment not to do all these commercials?
Well, that's a
What,
whole-
you want that?
You cannot turn on your TV without seeing another Progressive commercial.
Yeah, but at some
Now
point,
there's
He's gonna
one in
want
the,
those, yeah.
in the bathroom with all the stalls. It's like
I haven't
they got.
seen that one.
It's unbelievable.
well, they filmed a bunch of it. Well, hopefully they did that over a couple of days because I've seen like 17 different versions of the
Well,
Progressive.
I read there were 20.
Yeah,
Okay,
a
well,
lot
I've
of
seen
versions.
17 of them.
I have too.
I wonder if there are versions based on wins, losses.
No,
Like
because they only showed about 3.
I know, that's
Baker
what I
isn't
mean.
careful, he's not going to be doing these again next year.
No,
Right?
I just don't appreciate Odell thinking he's better than the Midwest. That really hurts here.
Oh,
I'm
Midwest.
sorry, you don't get to play where you want.
Old Midwest Mary get upset about that.
Yeah.
You go talk about the Midwest.
The Green Bay fans wouldn't appreciate that. Let me just say.
No mercy.
According to Fox Bet, the Eagles are 8.5-point favorites against the Giants tonight. Philly is still chasing Dallas in the NFC East and will face Eli Manning, who's making his first start since week 2. So, Shannon, will the Eagles cover tonight?
No. It feels like a game the Eagles will win, Skip, but they'll win ugly. You watch, they'll end up struggling the whole night, and then they'll end up needing a field goal to win it late in the end. No, they're not covering the 8.5.
What? Are
No.
you kidding me?
Nope. Nope.
If Carson Wentz doesn't throw for 303 tubs, he's had a horrible night. The Giants are 29th in points allowed, and it's Eli. Come on, Eli.
Yeah.
Seriously?
I know, but and what were the Dolphins? And what happened? They gave up 37.
So you have no faith left in your Beagles, do you?
No, they went ugly.
Went ugly?
Yep.
Against Eli Manning? I got it big. I got 35-17 Eagles.
35-17.
Why you keep going big?
Huh?
You went big in New Orleans and the 49ers. 30-17.
I did, and they should have won easily.
No, they should not.
Yes, they should have. They had them.
Jenny, don't they play 4 quarters in a football game?
Yeah.
I thought they played 4 quarters.
Yeah.
That's what you always tell
The
me.
New Orleans defense just stunk yesterday.
Yeah.
At home? How can you do that?
Yeah, New
You know
Orleans-
what? That defense played a lot better for Teddy Bridgewater because they knew that they had to play hard.
Well, what I'm thinking about, Skip, I mean, their defense looked like the Patriots offense. It stunk yesterday.
Oh, yeah, you're still on that.
Gadgets, trickery.
Well, you're saying your Beagles are going to stink tonight.
I said the Beagles are going to win.
Okay.
The Eagles.
Hope Eli
Fly, Eagles,
doesn't
fly.
embarrass
Fly,
himself.
Eagles,
That
fly.
is it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports. One of one.